All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Nick. I am the DM for the Shattered Kingdoms campaign. I also am one of the hosts for the lore sessions for the Shattered Kingdoms. You can watch those as well on this channel. Now that I've introduced myself, I'd like to have my players introduce themselves. Let's start with Artie. Mind introducing yourself, Artie?
Hello, I am Josh. I'm playing Artie. He is a artificer who is a warforged, though he's disguised as a human. And pretty soon he will have a gun.
Pretty soon he will have a gun. He will not be the only one. That sounded like it rhymed somewhat. That might just be in
Gun
my
and
head.
one gun and one are rhyming words.
Oh. Well, Midori isn't here right now. The player Jeremy is at work right now. He'll be joining
us later.
He'll be joining us later. So he isn't here to do the introduction. Next is Varys. Please tell me I'm saying the name right.
Yes, Varys.
All right, introduce yourself, Varys.
I am playing Varys. He's a tiefling sorcerer. I'm also one of the hosts on the lore sessions, and I edit documents. That's my thing.
Yep.
I guess.
One of the more important members, in my opinion.
Wow.
In my opinion, as the co-host of the.
I see it. I see how it is.
Yeah, it's favoritism. You all suck. No, it's just like it's just she does more stuff for the channel. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
I think you guys matter. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she likes you. I hate all of you.
It's fine, Nick. I see how it is.
I am, of course, just being totally sarcastic. But yeah, I don't have any favorites. It's just she does more for the channel. So she's more important to the channel, not to me specifically. There. Tabby, why don't you introduce yourself so we can get off accusing me of favoritism?
Right, okay. Hey, this is Lance playing as Tabby the Second, Tabaxi Ranger, who is also basically the mascot of this group. Because honestly, he possibly has the more approachable face.
Okay, I guess that you can make that argument. I'm like, okay, mascot. And then I'm like, okay, I guess you're a tabaxi, so you're a cat, a cute, cuddly cat. So prime mascot material.
Exactly.
Okay. Next is, I believe, Cestus Seabreeze. Okay, yeah, it is Cestus Seabreeze because I think the other one is
Yeah, Cestus Seabreeze. Yeah, I'm Nick, and I will be playing Cestus Seabreeze Mirik again.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
I may have dragon ASMR, though you don't know. These guys don't really know about the second part of that. It's the half dragon part.
Yeah, the characters don't know. We all know.
Of course, you guys know.
Yeah. So yeah, both him and me are both named Nick. We have a system to distinguish between each other. Although, based on our nicknames, have we said our nicknames? So I feel like if we haven't, we probably shouldn't. I feel like it might be copyright. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Side. Derailing aside. Scully McGravedigger. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jonathan, and I'll be playing Captain Scully McGravedigger, Pirate's Paladin, the Dragonborn. And the accent might go in and out the horse tonight, so see how that goes.
You have to what?
A little hoarse,
Oh, okay.
so the accent might disappear periodically.
All right. Well, that's not too bad. All right. Well, we've introduced all of the characters. The last time that you all saw us, assuming that you watched the last video, the party was in a battle on the airship owned by General Woodburn, the head of the Berulian secret police, who hired them on this quest to find the fingers of the pirate captain Dew, to find all of Dew's lost treasure hoard, which is kind of coveted by a lot of ambitious people. And the battle went south. The airship crashed, and the party was forced to take a lifeboat with some of the wounded Berulian soldiers and Woodburn. And they landed just outside the Confederacy city of Wintergrove. And they basically made camp when they landed, as it was evening by the time they got down on the ground. And we are picking up the next day as they're all waking up and deciding to make their way to Wintergrove. Is there anything you guys want to do before starting the trek to Wintergrove?
Well, you honestly would say Tabby is the first one to wake up, actually.
Yep.
And he's just standing on near the entrance. And he has this little mischievous in his eyes.
Good morning. Good morning,
Um,
Good morning. Good morning, Tabby. How are you this morning?
Quite
real quick,
good, actually.
What was that, Scully? Did you say something? I thought I heard you say something.
to be aware, there is a large pile of weaponry of the room, and
Okay.
some of the crew members are tied to their beds.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you took all the weapons from the people who were cutting themselves so they could get more alcohol.
Some people down.
Yeah.
So
Good morning, Tabby. It's good to see that you are awake.
All right.
Yes.
I'd like everyone to make. I guess everyone except for Scully, make a perception check. Except Scully and Varys, because Varys already knows, and Tabby.
And
And Tabby. Yeah. So everyone but Scully, Varys, and Tabby.
Tabby.
Yeah. So the person. Yeah. Never mind. I won't say anything more. All right. 11. Not good enough. I'm just gonna make sure.
So none of them actually see it.
What? Oh yeah, 11 is not enough to see it.
So Artie and
Artie rolled a 11 as well, and okay, is that what that's for? Oh, 1d8. No. Okay.
It was a D20 plus 30 or
Okay.
3.
Yeah. So who hasn't? Is that everyone?
There's only 5 of us.
All right. Let's. Oh yeah, because Midori is not here. I'll roll for him. I don't know what his bonus is, but I don't think that's enough either.
Probably not.
Yeah. Do you let anyone in on what happened, Ferris?
actually, hey, Scully, you have something on your face.
All right, everyone, make another roll with advantage, except for the people who didn't roll last time. All right. Well, Artie definitely sees it. Seabreeze sees it. So then it's.
You want me to describe what they see?
Yeah, you can describe what they see.
Basically, you notice that Scully has markings, doodles on his face, basically little squiggly lines on his cheek and on his forehead.
And there's a single word written in Sylvan. If any of you know Sylvan, I can DM you what it means. Unless do any of you speak Sylvan?
Nope.
Well, I know
Scully.
Varys does, and Varys already knows what it says.
Scully, I would suggest washing up before our trek.
Okay.
Yeah, you appear.
Walks out of the tent and then plants into the ground.
Okay.
And proceeds to just lay there for an unreasonably long period of time.
Scully, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
While you're doing that, some of the crew members who aren't tied down are starting to release the people who are. So the crew is no longer tied down.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty. To Wintergrove, correct?
Yes.
One of the crew members is like, "Yeah, to Wintergrove. That's the
You need to
nearest
guide
city."
me. I lost both my eyes.
Does he have eye patches on?
There's eye patches over both his eyes, but one is flipped up. Pretty good at seeing,
Okay.
finding my way around by context clues. I use echolocation. Ah!
That's great. All right. Let's not use the echolocation. If you want, you can take my arm, or like one of your party members can help lead you.
I can also move by echolocation.
I'd prefer it that you don't.
Wait,
we don't want to scare the locals.
I understand that can be pretty unnerving. Ah!
Like the
light
Woodburn, who's has a cane now and is still looks like a mummy from being dressed up in all the gauze that he needs to not die. He's like, "What the hell is that?" As he's slowly limping his way out.
And I just point at Scully.
Don't mind him. He's just looking around.
Oh. Alright, well, two of the crew members start to help Woodburn move. We should probably get going to Wintergrove. It looks like Midori has taken point, and you see Midori has his octopus friend, who seems for some reason excited to go to the city and is urging Midori forward. So Midori is maybe 20 or 30 feet away from you guys, and has a head start towards the city.
Well, hope we better catch up to Midori.
Yeah. I wonder what's got. What was his octopus? What's his octopus name again?
Finn. Yeah, it's Finn.
Wonder what's got Finn excited.
I don't know. Maybe he just saw a fish or something. I don't know. Octopus eat fish, right?
Well, yeah, what else would they eat? They're in the ocean.
Oh. Well, maybe he just saw something he thought was tasty. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe. Come on.
And then like crew members stand on either side of Woodburn, and they're like more or less carrying him.
Okay. And before I actually also leave, I want to restock my arrows again to him.
Okay. All right. So you guys go after Midori. Yeah, after Midori to start walking towards Wintergrove, and you have wounded crew members all around you. There is. Let me do a head count here. There is 10 wounded soldiers in total. Unfortunately, some of the soldiers that were with you in the escape boat didn't make it through the night because their wounds are too great. So there is 10 guys and Woodburn.
Are we gonna leave their bodies there, or are we gonna bury them?
We'll get whoever's we'll get the citizens of Wintergrove to help us move the bodies. For now, they should be fine where they are. The shelter should keep away any animals or anything that would want to pick at their corpses.
Well, I hope so.
Well, it would slow us down to take the bodies with us, and I mean your group is really the only people who are fit enough to do anything like carrying bodies from one area to another.
No, I get it. I was just saying I hope none of them get eaten.
Yeah. Well.
Or worse.
Yeah, they should be fine. I mean, they're dead. I mean, they can't complain, right?
They're dead. The dead can be used by things.
Well, yeah. I mean, well,
yeah.
I pride myself on knowing a little bit about this country or kingdom, since I did grow up here.
Set fire to it.
What was that?
You could set fire to it. Burn it all.
Yeah, they could do that.
Someone else would need to, do it because I can't really see.
Oh, well, I personally prefer to give them a funeral and all that. Like, usually we bury people. That's generally what people request to have done when they die in Barul. But I don't know. As I was saying, I know this country. There's not very many necromancers here. The roads and countryside are fairly well patrolled. The Confederacy has made efforts in the past few decades to strengthen its army and make it more secure.
These roads are patrolled.
Yeah, they're patrolled. There's usually like I think the normal patrol squad is like 2 archers, 3 footmen, something like that. It's been a while since I've studied the composition of the army of the Confederacy, but I assure you that we should probably be coming across patrol in no time. At that moment, you see an arrow strike Midori, and he goes down.
Oh.
That's attention! You have committed a hostile action. Please show yourself and surrender, or you will be exterminated.
How about we don't threaten the military?
Yeah, what?
I said, how about we don't threaten the military?
Yeah, let's not threaten people when we're just made up of a few wounded people and some adventurers.
Attention, military patrol! Please show yourself.
At that, 5 changelings reveal themselves. 2 of them are holding longbows, and 3 of them have swords and little handheld crossbows. Who identify yourselves? What are you doing here? Like, we want your names, what you're doing here, and we need to know when you're leaving, and if we need to kill you or not.
Yeah.
We
I don't think you need to kill us.
You
We
wanna
were
know-
heading in when our airship got attacked and thrown down.
We,
We're
we,
kind
So
of
you're,
all that's left of.
we have a
Who are
lot
we
of
talking
wounded
to?
men.
oh,
Just need
you're some
supply.
more people from the airship. One of our other patrols ran into one of the other lifeboats. We found what was left of one of your crew. Looked like he fell off the side. Surprised he's still alive, honestly, but he's in a
It's
bad way.
And I ask, is this guy? Is he a very big? Has lipstick on him, and basically describe Dimitri.
Yeah. Yeah, the changeling it says yes. He's like
So I'd
nods
like
his
to-
head. And
I'd like to mention.
Woodburn's
Are we
like, I told you. I told you Dimitri's too stubborn to die.
I would like to mention that the entire time this interaction has been going on, my crossbow has been pointed at one of the soldiers.
Yeah, the two with longbows have arrows drawn and are pointing it at you, Artie.
And say, Artie,
And the other three have their hands on their hand crossbows, like ready to draw it, and their
Yeah.
swords are drawn.
and I say, Artie, drop your weapon now.
Excuse me, mysterious voices who are talking. I'm blind.
Yes,
Understand
we
you're
can
threatening
see
us
that.
with arrows? Understand you're threatening us with arrows?
What
I'd
was that?
appreciate it if you don't do that.
Oh, don't shoot you, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh. Well,
Question: Did you feel the
Tap-
need to shoot our friend before asking us questions?
well, there's been some bandits roaming around here recently. The capital of Davenport was attacked only like a day ago. Things aren't going so very well here, so patrols have stepped up and everyone's on edge.
So
We're sorry about your friend.
so
You
Tabby.
saw a man walking and you shot him?
Yeah,
I-
well, there was a lot of men, from what I've heard, that attacked the Capitol, and a lot of people died. So everyone's
If
just
you
on edge, and we're not
him,
particularly
sure.
trusting of outsiders to begin with. So
So
I've been
Tabby.
advised not to
Yeah.
use echolocation
Yeah.
to find anything, so if somebody could lead me to Midori, I'll check up on him.
one of the
Oh,
change.
no.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say one of the changelings starts to like cautiously head towards you, but
So,
if
Tabby.
Varys is gonna do that, the changeling stops.
Yeah, Artie.
To confirm your last order, you wish me to drop my crossbow.
Not
Put
like
your crossbow away. That
Yeah.
is the order.
yes, but
Please put your crossbow away. Then we can escort you guys back to Wintergrove, where our
Yes.
trained doctor can have a look at your friend.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, it was just a grazing shot. It has a little bit of a paralyzing poison. He should be up and about in about 2 hours or so. Good as
I
new.
lower my crossbow, but do not put it away.
Okay. The two changelings who have their bows kind of like lower them and just kind of like put the arrow back. Or no, they like hold on to the arrow, but they're no longer ready to shoot you.
It's an
Well,
improvement at least.
we have the life boat that the other patrol found. There was no survivor. Well, there was one survivor in that lifeboat. We didn't expect to find so many of you guys here. In all honesty,
It was more.
And we
Unfortunately, we have a doctor on board.
what?
The doctor. He's one of my crewmates.
All right. What about a doctor?
He's a
Well,
very
we had
skilled
one on
doctor.
board. For my crewmate, unfortunately, he went for a walk. I haven't seen him.
Oh,
course, I
well,
haven't
we
seen
we
him.
uh we haven't seen any doctors. The only other person that we've
Nick?
seen make it out of that airship was what I presume is the captain. It was a drow lady. It goes by Mugo. She wasn't in very good shape either. She looked like she had the shit beaten out of her.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
Scully.
is a step above everyone else, because everyone else was, like, butchered. Like, it definitely wasn't, they definitely weren't killed in the crash, whatever it was, but they were all, brutally murdered.
Scully, if that doctor or any other crewmates return from their walk, can you let me know?
Well, alright, what are you letting him know?
I said, Scully, if the doctor or any of the other crewmates return from their walk, can you please let me know?
I will be sure to do that. Don't know where they go.
And I also would like consider to have more patrols out here. We
Well,
we ran into Casimir.
the Dread Pirate Casimir?
Yes,
He's,
that's how I.
well, I guess we better send someone to Davenport to inform Tin about that. They'll probably send someone to bring him in. He's always been a bit of a pain in the ass. But he is let's see, what the hell is the relation again? I think it's like son-in-law or something like that.
Stepson.
Stepson. Yeah. Stepson. Sorry, I can't keep track of all those like royal lines and shit. I just make wine. I like harvest and make wine for a living, and I just happen to be the only one of the few people here who had some training to be a member of the militia. So really, I just make wine and like shoot a bow on weekends. Like that. That's all I do. I'm not.
Trust me, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
About not about the whole entire royal family thing.
Yeah. Well, we should probably get heading back to Wintergrove. I mean, whatever killed the people in the other lifeboat might come looking for you guys.
That is a charming to take our minds all the way back to Wintergrove.
Yeah, I don't know. All we can tell you is that there were signs of a struggle when we got there. We found Mugo hiding nearby the crash site of the lifeboat, so we think that she was able to hide, and that's why she's still alive.
Well, we best get going to Wintergrove then.
Yeah, let's get back to Wintergrove. We'll for now we'll take your wounded to the hospital. The rest of you we can set up in the Wine Grape Inn for a time.
Yes.
They're
Scully.
we
Scully?
oh sorry.
It's in the other direction.
Oh, you guys say I can't use my echolocation. Nah, I'm just turned all around funny.
One of the like changelings starts to walk by Scully to make sure that Scully keeps going in the right direction, because they don't want to like fall behind and run into whatever killed all the people in the other lifeboat, since they are just militia. So I guess they're technically part of the military, but they're more of the like local garrison of Wintergrove rather than like actual soldiers. Actual
Mhm.
Confederacy soldiers would be much more professional and probably better equipped than these guys. So, all right. Well, they
That's fair.
take you to Wintergrove. You see all the town, and I told you guys earlier all the buildings that were in the town. Some of the changelings who are going about their day greet you. They go. The changelings start to bring you to the inn, and you run into a guy who kind of stands out here amongst all the changelings. In that he is the only one here besides your group who's not a changeling, and it is this very like old, looks like very decrepit old man who walks up to you guys and he's like, "Hello, nice to see some fresh faces. My name is Jenkins. Most people just call me Old Man Jenkins due to the fact that I'm old, but you can just call me Jenkins. Or Old Man Jenkins if you wish." And he holds out a hand to start shaking your guys' hands, and it's like very shaky.
I'll shake his hand.
You shake his hand, and he's like, "Oh, you got a pretty strong grip there. You mind telling me your name,
My
Mr.
name is
Tiefling?
Varys.
Varys?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Jenkins.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, Varys.
And
Hmm.
nice to meet you, old man Jenkins. And I basically shake his hand, but a little more softly than I usually do.
All right. When he shakes your hand, let's actually make a roll here. When he shakes your hand, it is like an iron grip, and your like hand almost hurts as he's shaking it, because he's like gripping your hand that hard. And you just kind of like, when he lets you go, you kind of like hold on to your hand like, oh, ow.
And and I kind of go blow on it, like.
Did someone just join the chat, or what happened there?
Not sure.
Oh, I got a DM. That's what happened.
It's not that noise, but I don't know. We're all here.
All right.
So
Who is gonna shake this guy's hand next, if any of you?
Artie has never shaken anyone's hand before,
Oh no.
but he is going to carefully attempt to recreate the motion done by those that came before me.
I take it you must be from one of the islands off the coast, since you don't seem to be too familiar with the custom of shaking hands.
I am from somewhere, certainly.
All right. Well, you keep your secrets. You mind telling me your name?
Artie.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Artie. And he walks over to Cestus Seabreeze, and he holds out his hand to shake your hand.
I shake back. Just call me Seabreeze.
Nice to meet you, Seabreeze. So,
Nice to meet you too.
I think I may have known a Seabreeze. Where are you from, Mr. Seabreeze?
Just a small village by the coast.
Which coast?
The northern coast.
From which kingdom do you hail?
I kind of travel around a lot.
Which
Maybe
kingdom were you born in? Like, I mean, there's really only like 4 real options. So like, what kingdom do you come from? I just want to know if you're like the same. If there's any relation between you and the other sea breeze. I think I know.
Well, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, probably, but you can't tell an old man where you're from.
Mm,
But why don't I go first? I am a citizen of Barul. Uh, well, formerly a citizen of the Kingdom of the White Flower Kingdom. I came here to Wintergrove about 2 years ago. Uh, I've been helping them deal with a little pest problem that they've had. I don't know. I guess it's some sort of magical pest that started eating their wine grapes. So I help them deal with that. So they just kind of let me stay around, and I help keep the pests away. And in exchange, they let me live here and keep me fed and give me wine on occasion. You ever had any Wintergrove wine, Mr. Seabreeze?
I can't say that I have.
Well, I mean, to my knowledge, there isn't any better wine. At least not on the continent. I hear some of the islanders off the coast have some pretty strong stuff, but I've never partaken in that myself.
Neither have I. Don't usually drink alcohol.
Ah, so you're a boring person. I got it.
No, I just burn, and we don't usually have a lot of alcohol, and usually you kind of have to drink water to keep hydrated.
Ah, so a boring person from a poor area is what I'm hearing.
I not boring.
All right then. Well, I'm gonna introduce myself to your blind friend over there. And he starts walking over to Scully. He's like, I'm, I know you can't see, but I'm holding my hand out in front of you to shake hands. Uh, my name is Jenkins, or Old Man Jenkins. Call me either or.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Scully Grave.
Nice to meet
Rest of
you,
the call
Scully
is
McGrave Digger. And he starts shaking your hand. And what were you saying before I cut you off?
the rest of the crew calls me Scully.
Is the rest of the crew with you? Is that these fine gentlemen that I see here, all bandaged and bruised?
No, those are associates,
Ah,
friends of a sort. Yeah. The rest of the crew, they
hmm.
we had a small business.
Ah. Well, I don't know if you're interested or not, but I've heard of this remedy that can help cure you of your blindness there.
And what be
What was that? Sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
what be that?
It's just a simple potion of sorts. Most of the ingredients to make it I can find around here. So if you just give me a day, I could give you a potion and like that for I'll say like 20 gold to cover the cost of ingredients.
Well, I'd love to be able to. I missed it.
Ah,
It's hard.
I just pressed
well, if
stream.
20 gold is too much for you, just come back and find me when you want to have your sight back.
I'll be sure to.
All right. Well, it was he then starts to go to all the soldiers and introduces himself.
I'm
And you
here.
notice Tabby especially, you notice that if anyone refers to him as Old Man Jenkins, that's when he shakes their hand like super hard.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Like one guy, one of the guys refers to him as like super Old Man Jenkins, and that guy gets his hand crushed, and he is like instantly like carried off to the hospital.
Rick, Harrison, Erica, just like at the note to self. Do not say those two words.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the crew, including Woodburn, are taken to the hospital. Well, the crew is taken to the hospital. Woodburn's taken to another house because the hospital is too full.
Hmm. And this is out of character, but you hold on.
What?
Jonathan, you said that one time, like in like a first session, that you had like this mirror, correct, along with your crewmates, and that they disappeared.
Oh, you're saying this is Scully? Or out of
Yeah.
character? You're saying this to
Yeah.
Scully?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he said that. Something to that effect.
Yeah.
I think okay. Well, I think I just had something that I think I know. I think I know what's going on with you.
Hmm.
Honestly, it's quite ingenious, if I'm right.
Well, as you guys are led into the inn, another patrol comes up into the city, and one of the changelings values like, maybe you guys should come with us and talk to them. They may have found some more lifeboats.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right.
Lead the way.
The changelings kind of meet in the center of town by the well that's there. And we found about 4 more lifeboats. Everyone aboard them was slaughtered. A few of them look like they died when their lifeboats hit the ground too fast, but most of them were butchered within hours after landing. It looks like someone snuck up on them in the night. Most didn't even have time to draw their swords.
Is there a consistency? Is there any consistency, or is it?
No, it's I mean, it looks like it's the same thing or same group of people, whatever it is.
Were there any noticeable marks?
No, it just looks like it was definitely some sort of like human or humanoid. There was about, I think it was 21 sets of footprints leaving all of the lifeboats. So 21 humanoids. I know that really narrows it down, but at least we know it's not like a monster or something that's doing this. Although it's a bit more worrying to think that someone's actively hunting down these people.
Has this ever happened before, or is this?
No. Well, I mean, an airship's never crashed around here either, so I guess there's a first for everything. I mean, we also got
Dude,
word. Sorry, what was that?
Did you say an airship has never crashed here before?
Oh wait. Yes, there
It did
has
in the
been an air.
last
Yeah, there has been an airship that's crashed here before. There hasn't been an airship that's crashed here since this city has been rebuilt. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Like some of the, yeah, you call them out on that, and some of the changelings call them out on that. But they're like, dude, like my grandfather was alive when that first airship went down.
So,
was unrelated.
has a reputation of leaving no survivors. He's the one who brought down our ship.
Ah,
Possible he's just fulfilling his reputation. I don't know much about the gentleman. These new pirates are all the same to me.
we don't think that it's Casimir. From what we can tell, his ship and his crew left here last night. There was a blood trail leading away from the one guy that we found earlier, the one who looked like he jumped off the side.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
So I guess that I think he called himself Dimitri or whatever. But I think that Dimitri guy really beat the shit out of Casimir. As far as we can tell, Casimir's still alive though. But
Makes sense.
they've been gone. They've been gone too long. It's definitely not them. The most recent lifeboat looks like its crew had been slaughtered only a few hours ago. Consequently, they put up more of a fight than some of the other ones we found. But whatever did it, they didn't really stand a chance. It was all wounded men. Wounded men. You guys must have taken a real beating, whatever happened on that ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Certainly wasn't fun.
Yeah. Well, you guys should be safe here. There's this town watch and about 100 changelings here, so you have all of them. I don't think anyone would be crazy enough to attack Wintergrove, especially since the capital's sending a force down here in response to the whole airship coming down. Supposedly they're coming down here to escort Mr. Woodburn and his troops, and I imagine as well as you all, out of our country, our kingdom. I mean, given recent events.
Do these events happen like within the time when we've been up in the air?
Yes.
I'm not completely certain.
It
sounds like
it happened like 2 days ago. You guys have been in the air for at least like 2 or 3 days. But you'd been in the air for like 2 or 3 days before Woodburn gave you the job offer. And then it's been like 2 days since then. So in that span of time, there has been events. It was a few days ago. Word got out that basically all of the Berulian Regency Council was murdered by the Kingdom of the White Flower. I guess they sent a message across the kingdom, apparently, to try and spread fear in Berul and get them to recognize the kingdom's independence, but that just made matters worse. Apparently, their new king decided that he needed to flex his muscles, and he from what I've heard, he delivered an ultimatum to our queen, demanding concessions.
of course.
And
That's
your queen's response. And the queen's response.
from what I heard, basically to fuck off.
Yeah, perfectly reasonable response.
I mean, from what I heard, the terms were pretty damn harsh.
Like,
By the way, you said something happened at Davenport. What happened?
I don't know. It's the mystery of the century. That all of a sudden, like practically a whole army seemed to appear in Davenport. Started slaughtering everyone. The army only seemed to grow in strength the more the people it murdered. eventually some wizard cast a spell and teleported that army out. It's only after that that the heavier Confederacy troops arrived to deal with it. Uh,
From what country? An army?
I don't know. From what I've heard rumors that it was an army of undead. That's all I heard. That's all I know. All I know. The only other thing I know is the demands given by the new king of Barul, as he's styling himself. I think his name is. I think he's King Jibs.
Jibs.
Yeah, Chibs. Yeah, King Chibs. Chibbs. Chibs.
Is there any Barulian people from Barulian with us?
You mean besides the crew and Woodburn?
Yes, like right in our fence.
No.
Right in our area.
Anyone
Or-
who's traveling here from Perul is being
No, I meant
escorted
like
out of
out
the.
of character. I mean out of character.
Out of character, no. There is no one from Perul in this area.
Okay,
In this city as of right now. Like, the changeling goes on to explain, like, yeah, we're sorry about, like, making you guys leave. It's just, new policy now, I guess, we're kind of escorting everyone from Barul out of the kingdom. From what I hear, there might be a war between the Confederacy and Barul soon.
So you're going to shoot our allies and then just tell us to leave?
Well, we're sorry about shooting your ally, but I'm afraid our hands are tied in this matter. Even if we wanted to keep you here, I mean, that whole army that's coming down here is under strict orders to escort anyone aboard that airship out of the kingdom. Any agreement that Woodburn had made with the Queen to, I think it was some sort of scavenger hunt or some shit, all that's now void. There's everyone from Brule is ordered out of the country, out of the kingdom. Sorry.
Yes, because of one so basically of one king's stupidity.
Yes, in the distance you can hear from a house kind of across this town center, and you just hear like, "What the fuck?" Like someone screamed at the top of their lungs. And if any of you are really paying attention, you know it's Woodburn. And you see him start to like limp very determinedly towards you guys and the changelings in the center of the city. He's like, "What the hell is this about Barul and the Confederacy potentially going to war here?"
Oh, well, I think this is a conversation best had not in the middle of the streets.
Well, I would greatly like to know why.
Yes, and I think we should have this conversation somewhere else.
One of the changelings looks at Woodburn. And he's like, your new king decided to deliver an ultimatum to our queen and threaten her life. So, and from what I hear, he kind of implied that if she didn't give in to his demands, that he'd invade our kingdom. So, yeah, I think war may be more or less inevitable at this point. So, be glad that Tin has decided to show you mercy and not just have us murder you now.
To be fair to us poor folk like myself who just got
Yes,
job
that did influence Tin's decision, and she didn't really want to just murder people before a war has been started. I mean, she doesn't want the Confederacy to be held responsible for starting this. Right now, she's just escorting the Berulians out of here, and she's ceased all trade with Berul.
Excuse me. I think I need to go. Some prayers for something paladin-y.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
And
come with me, Mr. Woodburn. I'll escort you back to your hospital, and I'll update you on everything else that's happened. And the changeling.
You could give me a hand back.
Another one of the changelings gives you a hand and helps you go wherever it is you're going.
I'm heading back towards the end.
Ah.
Okay, yeah. Let's see.
One of the changelings tells you there's a free bottle of wine for each of you at the inn if you guys are interested.
Yeah, I'm more of a rum person.
Well, I'm sorry, there is no rum here. All we have is wine.
I'll try some.
We're getting a free bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have any water?
Sorry, we do not have. Well, actually, we do, but you're gonna have to pay for that.
So we agreed to give him a free bottle of wine.
Well, it's kind of like a no hard feelings thing. Because your Mr. Woodburn he did pay a bit to have Tin allow him to have a little scavenger hunt or whatever the hell he was doing in our kingdom. I mean, you were all going to be like supervised, and you were going to all be watched, but I guess it's like a semi-refund. I don't know. It's politics.
Wine sounds excellent.
What?
Is there anything? A bottle of wine sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Is there anything inside the bottle of wine?
Yes.
Wine?
There's wine inside the bottle of wine.
Ah,
You're in the
even better.
middle of the winemaking capital of the continent, and you're
even
being
better.
treated to a bottle of the continent's finest wine. I think you
Even
all
better.
are being well compensated for the unfortunate situation of being asked to get out of our kingdom.
I think it's totally fair.
Yeah, see, he gets it.
Yeah, it's honestly the person involved is King Hibbs. Seriously,
King Chibs. Yeah.
It feels like most of the content, if some of the content is royalties, it seems to be either
well,
kind of
to be
idiotic.
fair, though, he isn't technically royalty. He just happened to be the, from what I hear, is the only one left on the Regency Council. So, although, wait a minute. Woodburn's on that council too.
That's kind of just
the changeling who says that, his eyes kind of like go wide, and he's like, if you guys help us get him back and make sure he gets back safely, like maybe we can stop this war.
Yeah, and we could
like you saw how angry he was when he heard about there being a possibility of war. He sure as hell doesn't seem to want it.
Yes, if that's the case, we could stop this whole entire war and stop billions of thousands of lives being lost.
That depends on who has the most support in the court.
Well, there is the minor General Chibs, and then there's the head of the Berulian secret police, who is directly responsible for ensuring the continued loyalty of the kingdom's people, and the discreet assassination of dissidents. I think it's safe to put my money on Woodburn. Okay.
You
Yeah,
can,
I
but
kind of agree with them. Unless
politics.
unless Hips deciding to decide to make Woodburn disappear.
Yeah.
Oh my
When you say that, I want everyone in the group to make an insight check.
Hold on 1 minute.
When you
Insight
say that Chibs might want to have Woodburn offed.
insight.
Oh, yeah. All right. So Seabreeze gets it, Tabby gets it, Artie gets it.
Would I get it because I am actually should I roll with disadvantage because my character wouldn't my character grew up in the factory. So he doesn't know the state of politics.
No, I'll say you can still get it since it's fairly obvious. Is that everyone? Has Scully rolled?
Wait, Woodburn. Oh, wait.
Scully is being led
Oh,
back
okay, yeah,
to.
because Scully's not there. So all of you who are there get it. You realize when Tabby says that that it would make sense for Chibs, who is on thin political ice as it is, and his kingship is not exactly very legitimate, that it would make sense for him to want to kill the one person who could challenge his claim to authority. And there just so conveniently happens to be several lifeboats full of murdered crewmen that have been seemingly murdered by humanoids.
I think he's already on his way to try and kill the general.
And I say possibly in draconic. Shit.
It's the general.
I say that in draconic.
Well, one
I
of
can-
the
I'll say that in draconic. You can say that again.
one of the lesser wounded crew members kind of comes up to you guys and he's like, you might want to be a bit quiet about that. If like word gets out, there's like people from Barul here killing people, like that might just start a war, you know, like that might cause what we're trying to prevent with getting Woodburn back.
Shouldn't the people that are helping us get Woodburn back to safety be able to assert his dominance, know that what they're in for?
Well, do you want to start a war? 'Cause I think this is.
Don't want to start a war, but if Woodburn dies, it's going to start a war as well.
Yeah, well, let's just keep an eye on. Let's make sure that Woodburn stays safe, and we'll.
Civilians.
Yeah.
If they start killing civilians, then that'll start a war too. If they think it's
Barul, yes. So you understand
the word of Barul.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, we keep the fact that these like brigands or whatever we keep it to ourselves. They're from Barul, okay? Like if that gets out, like all this will be for naught, and it won't matter if Woodburn's dead or not. You understand me? So we keep this secret. No one here needs to know that there are Barulians here murdering other Barulians.
Is Woodburn also at the wine grape inn?
Woodburn he has been escorted back to the hospital house.
Other Barulians, wouldn't it?
Scully exits the wine grape inn with both eyes uncovered.
Okay.
Now.
Here, why don't I do this real quick? The majority, all of the wounded soldiers except for Woodburn are here in this building, and Woodburn is over here.
To know, note that we.
So you what?
Do note that we can still only see black.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see the buildings or whatever?
No, it's still black.
Oh, well, just know that there's a building where I had you guys look. But yeah, so he's there. The soldiers are like to your north, and Woodburn is to your like northwest. Is
Mm.
the important thing. And you guys go into the inn. You're all given wine. Midori, after a while, comes in to rejoin you and has some wine himself. And Finn,
Oh,
Finn takes the wine from him and starts drinking some of it himself. And Finn gets a bit drunk. And both Midori and Finn are having a bit of a good time.
I feel like it's prudent to mention the probability that who is now in charge is probably in league with the people who killed all the people on the boat in some capacity.
Yeah, that's a good thing to mention. And having said that, I'm gonna say, why don't we take like a 5-10 minute break right now? Just 'cause I need to use the restroom real quick, and that'll give Jeremy some time, hopefully, to get here.
Or that's what
It's
he
now
just
got here.
Oh, he just got there.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, sir.
All right. Well, Jeremy, we're just gonna take like a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back. What you missed is you guys.
You got shot.
Yeah, you got shot.
Wait, I got shot?
Yeah, you get shot.
What?
You're not hurt at all. You just got like hit
Anymore.
with like basically like a knockout arrow type situation, and it took you about 2 hours to recover, and you are now in the Wine Grape Inn with the rest of the party and one wounded crew member who's probably like the healthiest of all of them. In the Wine Grape Inn, sipping on these free bottles of wine that have been given to you guys as kind of compensation for the fact that you are being kicked out of the kingdom as soon as the army comes to escort you out of the
Wait.
kingdom.
Why are we being kicked out?
It was explained to the rest of
Politics.
the party that recent events, the new Berulian king, King Chibs, has sent an ultimatum to Queen Tin, the leader of the Confederacy, demanding several ridiculous concessions, which she obviously refused. And he more or less threatened her life and implied that this will mean war. So all trade between Brule and the Confederacy has been stopped, and both sides are preparing for war. And one of the preparations is the Confederacy getting anyone who is loyal to Berul out of their kingdom. So yeah, that's why you're being escorted out of the
Lovely.
kingdom, because you're with Woodburn, and you're on the airship that belonged to the head of the Berulian secret police. I should be like shift clicking so you can see where you are on the map, since there is the fog of war enabled. You're right there. All right,
I'm
we're
still
just gonna.
loading in, plus I'm gonna be making me a sandwich.
Okay, well, we're gonna take like a 5-minute break because I need to use the restroom real quick.
You said you're making yourself a sandwich, Jeremy?
You didn't hear that.
Can I also have a sandwich?
You don't like
Please?
the kind of sandwich I'm making.
I like the type of sandwich that I like that you can also make.
Almost out of bread.
Hmm?
All right, well, you guys make your sandwiches. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
And if anyone else wants to like get a quick snack or some water or something, now would be a time to do it or use the restroom.
I still have to get everything loaded in. Madeline, do you still have that plate in your room?
one that was only used for a sandwich?
I do not. It is in the kitchen.
Well done. Since it was only breadcrumbs. And I haven't done dishes since I've been.
Okay, but then laundry took longer than I thought it would. And then my mom called right before I was about to do it, so then I had to talk to the parents. And it took up all my time. I was going to do it after the session, though.
Well, this laundry and dryer, like 2 hours. Once the next day you're off, man. What'd you say?
So, Civ,
It's Midori right now.
Midori.
All right, I'm back.
Hi, back. Hi, back. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Next.
Jeremy hasn't made my sandwich yet.
Oh.
I'm working on it. I think I'm also off Sunday.
I work Sunday, and I have my other D&D session that day. I'm off Monday and Tuesday. I should check my calendar.
Who all are we missing? Anyone? Or
Well, I'm about to go because I'm hoping Jeremy's gonna make me food.
oh, okay. Oh, we
Yeah,
still got
and-
like 4 or 5 minutes left of the break. I will, of course, have to go back and edit all this out. Obviously.
I can still listen. Like, I have to use my phone for Discord, so.
Well, we'll just take a few more minutes. So I answer all the DMs I've just been sent.
Gosh darn
All right. So, where exactly did you miss the? Where exactly did you leave the conversation, Madeline? Like, what part of it?
It was like right after we did the insight check, because when Jeremy showed up and I had to mute it because.
Oh, okay. The insight check was for you to know that King Chibs is responsible for the group that's going around killing all the people in the lifeboats because he wants to kill Woodburn and become the ruler of Brule and not have anyone be able to challenge his power because Woodburn is also on the Regency Council and he's the only one who can really stop war between Brule and the Confederacy. Or at least...
So more greedy.
What?
I said, all right, so we're dealing with more greedy politicians.
Yeah. It's basically the... Chibs is the guy who was being mean to Tin and making those ridiculous demands that we role-played like a while ago.
It's a shame I'm not playing 10 or there might be another assassination.
Oh, don't worry. Chibs will get what's coming to him.
Yeah, it'd probably be too obvious now that if he mysteriously died, most fingers would point to 10.
Yeah. But if he were to die and everyone knows like how he died, then fingers
Yeah.
wouldn't be pointed. So just don't worry about it. He'll get what's coming to him.
Yeah, I was just joking, like saying 10 has a history
Yeah,
with rude royals.
yeah, especially Brilliant Royals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the second Prince Dongle assassinated, or did he just die?
The second Prince Dongle was actually, yeah, he was technically assassinated because he was killed in a terrorist attack by the Kingdom of the White Flower.
Heard
The
how,
same one that wounded Queen Guinevere.
How does Xylon feel about that?
You there, Joshua?
What?
How do you feel about the Kingdom of the White Flower carrying out a terrorist attack that seriously wounded your wife?
And killed your
Xylon,
stepson.
yeah. And killed your stepson. Or, yeah, stepson.
I would imagine I would be angered by that.
Okay, because I need to know where the Empire's opinion lies on this.
Of the whole, like, Kingdom of the White Flower thing.
Yeah.
I think that currently the Kingdom of the White Flower is a threat to peace, and considering the fact that they have also just like attacked members of the imperial family, they are an obvious threat to the Empire, and will probably be one of their priority targets.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, Woodburn has like made it his personal mission to deal with the Kingdom of the White Flower for very personal reasons, which will probably be revealed to you guys later. On in the campaign, I think you guys were already told that he was there when a barracks was burned down and like 10,000 Brilliant soldiers were burned alive, but I don't think he's told you anything else besides that. So, Woodburn has a personal vendetta against the Kingdom of the White Flower as well. And I should also say that, Tabby, you are also somewhat familiar with the Kingdom of the White Flower, as they have apparently decided to anger all of the kingdoms on the continent, in that they have been funding and have a alliance with a group of tabaxi that also carry out terrorist attacks in the hopes of forming their own kingdom. So, yeah. The Kingdom of the White Flower is full of very bad people.
The issue that Tin is having is that she obviously doesn't like what's going on, but she doesn't want rule to have as much control over the land as they do.
Yeah. And I mean, unfortunately, the Kingdom of the
Right
White
now.
Flower is like on the other side of the continent than the Confederacy, so it's not like she can like take control of it or anything.
But Nolave's down there.
Yeah, Nolave is down there. It's like right on the border with Nolave.
Yeah. Like she doesn't want to support the White Flower, but she doesn't want to support for rule either.
Yeah. I think if she supports anyone, she just supports like Nolave and like stopping terrorist attacks there.
Yeah, and just the Empire in general.
Yeah. So I think like the White Flower might help their tabaxi that they've kind of recruited. And they might also carry out some terrorist attacks against Nolave. I mean, not all of the White Flower people are evil. I mean, you just met one good guy from there, Old Man Jenkins.
Yeah.
I mean, he seemed nice.
Seemed.
So basically,
well, I mean, he is.
White Flowers is basically being
quick.
mad and
Oh, sorry.
possibly
go ahead before I.
Possibly neutral and mad. So
Yeah.
neutral and mad.
Well, I was just going to say that I just wanted to ask, what is the lifespan of a half elf?
More than humans, but shorter than elves.
Ah.
Yeah.
So like probably just a few hundred years, but not like the 750 or whatever the heck elves live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
So somewhat spoilers, but some of you might have seen like his ears or something, but Old Man Jenkins is a half elf. And he is about 300 years old ish.
Pretty old then.
Yeah. He's got maybe like 50 years left in him at most. So he's getting up there in age.
Getting.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Yeah, he is pretty up there. So he's been around. And I guess he will go to the inn too. And he tells you all these interesting stories. And he basically comes off as this like grandfather type figure. And he talks about like how he when he was back home he used to work at an orphanage, donated to the poor, and tried to be like the best person he could. But then that all changed when the white
Fire
flower.
Nation attacked.
I really wanted to say
Yeah.
that.
Same.
Yeah, it all changed once like the white flower started to try to separate itself from its alliance with Nolave, and then when Brule started exerting its influence, and during like one incident, the orphanage he used to work at was bombed because
Ooh.
it admitted like one Berulian orphan who happened to be a family member of some Berulians who came to visit the kingdom and were murdered by White Flower, like loyalists, as they call themselves. And they just wanted to finish the job, so they destroyed the orphanage and killed everyone inside. The only reason he wasn't in there is that he was visiting the grave of his wife, who died about 275 years ago today, he says. And he just says that he wishes that he could be in the Kingdom of the White Flower now, so he could visit her grave again. And he generally starts to look sad. Like up until this point, he's like had this air of being jovial and happy, but now he like generally looks like he's like the saddest person on the earth. Well, do you guys have any interesting stories you could tell me? Now that I've basically told you my life story.
Okay.
I mean, I guess the only thing I haven't told you is that with my work here, I make more money than I can really spend myself. So I donate it to help pay the expenses of the local orphanage. Queen Tin runs a lot of those here. Keeps the kids off the streets, you know. Like keeps them
Well,
off the streets and educates them. I like them. They're better than the orphanage I used to work at least.
well, I actually have a story. So it's not
Okay.
about me. It's actually about my grandfather, Tabby.
All right. All
And
right.
I basically
And what do you tell him about Tabby?
I just basically tell one of his adventures that
Oh,
he
okay.
was that one of the stories of what Tabby's grandfather went
All
on.
right. Do you mind if I make something up here about what the story entails?
Go ahead.
So basically, you start regaling Old Man Jenkins and the party with the story of your grandfather Tabby going on this adventure to find some treasure. And on his journey, he finds this tower that's owned by this crazy wizard. And in this tower, he finds a Tabaxi woman who's been kidnapped by this crazy wizard who's trying to get her to marry him. And when your grandfather suggested that, like, maybe you shouldn't try to force her to do this, the wizard tried to kill him. One thing led to another. Your grandfather killed the wizard, became a hero of the local community, and rescued the Tabaxi woman, who would eventually become your grandmother. And the two of them would go on adventures for a few years before she had your father or mother, whichever one. Father. Before she had your father. And then she took a few years off of adventuring to take care of her kid. And it's only been once your father reached the age of 16, the two of them the three of them actually started to adventure as a family a bit. And then eventually your father had you, and him and his wife kind of had to settle down a bit for a while to raise you, make sure you had a nice life.
And now my father is captain of the Royal Guard of Nulave.
Oh, that sounds like a good job for an adventurer. I can't. I mean, it sounds like killing that wizard must have been quite the task with how powerful you made him out to be. So I guess I couldn't think of anyone better to protect the royal family of Nulave than your father or grandfather.
My father is the captain of the Royal
Well,
Guard,
yeah.
and
I mean, if he's half as powerful as your grandfather, he can't think of anyone better.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in my younger days, I used to be a soldier. That's a story. That's an old story that isn't as interesting, I guess. And he kind of, when he says that, he kind of looks at the Varulian soldier, and he kind of makes note of the uniform that the guy's wearing, and that seems to trigger something in Old Man Jenkins' brain, and he just goes back to drinking some wine and doesn't really say anything more about his time in the military. But he did kind of imply that it was a long time ago, and he is 350 years old. If any of you want to make an insight check to figure out why he's being so secretive about it, go ahead.
Sure.
All right, I'll see if Reese gets it.
Let me look at inside.
Yeah.
No, I do not get it.
It just completely goes over Varys's head. Tabby.
I'm writing all their stories down because I'm planning on telling my brother the bard them.
Oh, okay.
So he can make stories and songs out of them.
Okay. So then you have an excuse. Midori just got shot earlier, and he's still recovering from the paralyzing effects of the arrow. So that's his excuse. What about Scully? Are you with them, or are you somewhere else?
Scully's with them,
Okay.
but he's also writing something down.
Oh, okay. So he's writing stuff down. So the people who are actually paying attention understand this. You all know that the current Beryllian soldier's uniform is similar and based off of the old uniforms worn by the soldiers of the Empire, and is still the similar variant of it is worn by the soldiers of the New Empire, led by Xylon and his descendants. And you think that maybe, just maybe, that Old Man Jenkins might have fought for the Empire, is why he was giving that guy that look when he mentioned he fought a long time ago.
Where can one go to get a letter sent around here?
Well, if you leave it with me, I can send it along with the next group that goes through here, and then they can bring it to the mail service. We don't actually have a postage service like here per se. I mean, we have messengers go back and forth. As soon as a messenger comes, we can send it along with them, and then it'll be sent along its way. Where exactly are you trying to send a message to? Where?
Capital.
The capital of the Confederacy, or?
Indeed.
All right. What kind of message are you sending to Davenport, if you don't mind me asking?
My God wants me to send letters to certain people, and I gotta do it because he won.
Can I ask at least who you're sending the message to? Who?
The Queen.
Oh, the Queen. Queen Tin. Well, I hear that she's quite the busy person. I hope she has time to read your letter.
It'll make its way there. These things work out.
All right. I'll just put that behind the bar counter, and I'll wait for the next messenger to come, and I'll give it to them first thing. Oh, speaking of which, there's the messenger now. And I should clarify, the female changeling barkeep is the one who's talking to you, and she basically puts the message you have in this sack of other messages, and she hands it to the messenger, and he departs the inn.
That's very good timing.
Yeah, well, I mean, they come about once or twice a day, once in the morning and then once in the afternoon. What was that?
What the heck it says?
What does it say?
No, it's written in Dorvish. I don't speak Dorvish.
If you don't, then why did you write if it's in Dwarvish? And how do you know? How did you know how to write it if you don't know how to read Dwarvish?
It's like a dictaphone.
Oh, okay. I guess that's some weird paladin stuff, I guess.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I guess the army isn't getting here today. I guess you guys will have to stay the night. It's starting to get dark. I mean, it is evening now. I've taken the liberty to prepare some rooms for you. Would you like to come see the rooms?
Of course.
You guys are taken to go see the rooms, but the soldier you're with, he's like, I think I need to stretch my legs real quick. I'll head up later. Besides, I think they have me roomed with the rest of the wounded soldiers in the hospital. So I'm just gonna go stretch my legs, and I'll meet with you guys as soon as you guys get back down here.
Sure, you can get around on your own.
I walked all the way here by myself, and I mean I've been talking to you for the past few hours. I think I'm fine. I just need you to take it slow.
For a long period of time has may be fine walking now, but that doesn't mean you'll be fine walking later.
Well, I should be fine. I'll just take it slow. I'll be fine. I mean, there's a lot of changelings around here. I mean, if I hurt myself, one of them will come help me. you guys just go see what kind of accommodations they have for you.
Yes, the changings do
Alright.
seem to be very good at helping us.
Yeah, I guess. The soldier starts walking slowly out of the tavern to go stretch his legs, and the female changeling barkeep leads you to the second floor of the inn, where you're shown some simple rooms. It's literally just like a bed, a dresser, and like a moderately sized like tub, so you guys can bathe if necessary. And there's a water outside that you guys. I'm afraid you'll have to bring in yourselves. We don't have any of that fancy running water like they have in the capital or in Barul.
Wait, so each room has its own bath, you said?
Yeah, each room has its own bath. Well, I guess if you are too lazy to fill it up yourself, I mean, I guess we do have a luxury room that does have a bath with running water. It's a fairly big luxury. Most places don't even have it, especially not like villages of this size. But seeing as we don't really have any other guests, I guess I could let you guys use it if you guys wish. But just don't use the bed and don't mess anything else up in there.
Hmm.
That it's like 100 gold pieces to stay in that room.
Hmm.
You know,
And
I wasn't alive when it happened, but supposedly Queen Tin stayed in that room once, from what I've heard.
Yeah, yeah,
So I guess it's a room fit for a queen. Although
wait, who's talking to us again? One of
the
the.
female changeling barkeep,
Okay, I
and
thought it
she
was.
looks at you and is like, "Oh, well, I guess none of you are queens, but I mean, it's fit for royalty, so you guys should enjoy it." And she heads back downstairs.
I kind of look at when she leaves. I kind of look at the party and say, guys, one question, and it is embarrassing.
What's the question?
I point over at the bathtub and kind of say, "What is that?"
Oh, that's a bathtub. No, for bathing and washing up in.
Get all the dirt and grime out? To get all the dirt and grime out, actually.
You bathe in these large buckets.
With water.
Yeah, I think
Large buckets or
already. I think
rivers or
when you were working in the factory, I think when you and the other Warforged needed to be washed, they just like took a hose and like hosed you down. So this is very
Pretty
foreign
much.
to you.
Yes. So you what? How? And there doesn't seem to be room for multiple people. How would you wash a group?
don't
Generally,
usually it's one person at a time or a couple of people if they're a couple.
a
And that
child.
and that faucet. How is it? That faucet doesn't seem to be very. Oh wait, it's not a fillable bath. My mistake.
Yeah, only the luxury room has a bath that has running water.
Yeah. So ignore that last question, that last statement. But it's not what I'm used to. I kind of awkwardly sit down in the bathtub, like not even like water or anything, and I'm still like fully clothed and everything. But I like sit down a bit, and I'm like, huh.
Well,
Just to let you know, Artie, there's usually supposed to be water in it. And nope, you're not supposed to have clothes on. Unless you want to, I don't know, wash your clothes at the same time.
And that's a not very effective way of doing it.
Yeah, as you guys are having this conversation about trying to teach Artie how to take a bath, you hear an explosion fairly close to you, and you guys like run to one of the nearby windows, and you see the governor's house that is like directly to your north, and it is like this building here that you guys can see. It's on fire, and like the roof has been blown out. Looks like it's about to collapse. The soldier who is out there, he looks confused, and he's trying to look around. And then like a crossbow bolt hits him straight in the neck, and he goes down. So the soldier who was with you is unfortunately now dead. And you hear
okay.
the sound of fighting happening within the city center.
Can we actually see? Because I actually have dark vision because of my since I'm at the back seat. Will I be able to see what's going on?
Let's see. From where you are, you wouldn't really be able to see too much. You don't really have direct line of sight over anything that's happening. You just hear fighting going on. You can see. Let's see. You can kind of make out what looks like maybe like Old Man Jenkins, one of the changelings, by the well in the center of the city. They look like they're kind of in a defensive stance. The changeling look like they've been hit, and Old Man Jenkins seems to be like standing over them, protecting them.
Okay. Is there any roofs all around the inn, or?
There is a lot of roofs. Just give me a second. You hear more and more fighting. There is a roof. I'm kind of disappointed that you can't actually see the buildings. So there's a building to your west right there that's kind of blocking you from seeing anything else. And there is a building right here, and you can see the laundromat is outside of their store slash building, looking to be like, what the hell's going on?
Okay.
And
And I take.
at that, you see a hooded figure come up, climb on the roof, jump down, and then stab the laundromat in the throat, killing her instantly. And he seems to be like using some sort of magical stone to communicate with other people. Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And okay. So then I look to the other. I'll scout on. I'll scout on ahead to see what's going on, and I basically jump out
Yeah, I guess
the
you
window.
could also see from your building. You can see. Let me reveal more of the map. You can see the like field to your guys' left, and you see. Okay, this the reveal areas thing is having some issues. You can see a changeling having a fight with another hooded figure. And let me just make a few rolls. Okay,
Is there still anybody left in the governor's house?
yeah, if there is, you can't see. You can hear fighting occurring, like, at least on the other side of it. Alright. It's 29. Yeah, okay, so let's do minus. The changeling over here puts up a quite a bit of a fight before the hooded figure takes out a short sword and decapitates them. And we're going to start initiative now.
Okay.
So let me just add turns for all of your characters. As you are added to the turn order, please start rolling for initiative. Midori, you're going to go on the same turn as Finn. So I'm not going to make two things for you and Finn.
Wow.
And it should be all of you guys. We'll add the Wounded Barul Soldier. We'll add the Wintergrove Citizen. We'll add the Assassin. And we will add the Brigands. So I don't know if you guys can see what I've named everything, but the changelings are just named Wintergrove Citizen, and the one of the enemies, the boss of them, is named Assassin, and the rest of them are just Brigands. So let's see.
Okay.
I need to roll 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to make 5 d20 rolls. Roll 5 d20. All right, so nat 20 is definitely going to the assassin. Did I not add the assassin to the...
No, the assassin has not been added yet.
Okay, there we go. So then I need one more then. 20 and slash roll 20. All right, it's 10. So the next highest is 10, so it's going to be the brigand is 10, and the
Where's the assassin?
you can't see him yet. Think about who would be important in this city. Let's see. So then, I guess I'll give 7 to Woodburn, and I will give 8 to the citizen. And let's see, has okay. Old Man Jenkins has 10, so then it's just the wounded soldiers who have 4. And do descending order. And it looks like Scully is going first.
Wait. Before we go, Midori and I have the same initiative count.
Okay, have a roll off. Just both of you roll a flat d20.
Midori?
So it's 40 for Marty.
Midori? Jeremy?
Is he muted?
I don't...
Jeremy, we can't hear you.
Jeremy, buddy?
I can hear you talking in the other room, but we can't hear you on here.
I'm not muted.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Exit out and rejoin, maybe?
I mean, you just need to roll a d20 real quick. No.
Jeremy?
Can I be heard?
Oh, yeah, now I can hear you. We need you to roll a flat
That was
d20.
weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Flat
Yeah, just a flat d20. We're seeing who goes first, Artie or you. Artie is going first. Good, then I don't really have to... oh, no, I do have to change the order again. Never mind. So, descending, it is still Scully who's going first. And what would you like to do, Scully? Scully?
Scully?
Scully McGravedigger. Hello?
Go.
You there?
Like flies.
What? Oh, I see Arrow.
He's there. I guess Discord's messing up.
Yeah. It It sounds like it looks like he's trying to say something, but
Hello?
oh, I can hear you now.
There.
Did you put push to talk or something on? Is that what happened?
Oh, the internet just kicked out,
Oh,
and I couldn't do anything.
okay. So you moved, I guess. It's your
Yeah.
here you go. Let's see here. So if you're there, you can kind of see a bit more over here, and you can see two citizens are facing down this assassin.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna use my turn to dash because I need to get closer to him to
Okay.
actually hit him.
Okay. Is that it for your turn? Alright, I'm gonna assume that's it for your turn, and I'm gonna have the assassin take his turn. He is going to use one of his abilities, and I'm kind of using the action point system that I have from our Star Wars game for NPCs, just so I don't have to keep track of spell slots or stuff. So he's take 20 away from that, and he pulls out some daggers from unseen pockets in his cloak, and he throws them at both of the citizens. Slash roll 1d20 plus 15. An up arrow, that both of those will hit. So slash roll 1d40. Oh, slash roll 1d40. Up arrow. And I'm going to say it's enough to kill one of them, even though it's 3 off. So one of the daggers, he throws it and it hits one of them in the eye, and it pins that changeling to the wall of the governor's hut as it is slowly crumbling from a fire that's raging on the roof. And the other changeling is half dead, and the assassin is going to charge that changeling and is going to stab him a bunch of times. Both of those will hit. So up arrow, and he kills this changeling from stabbing him several times. And he only then does he start to notice you guys, and he quickly tries to throw a dagger towards Scully.
I mean,
From behind that wall.
multi-attacks does he have?
And he misses. He actually only has one attack, but he has an ability that allows him to make more attacks. That's what the red bar is for.
How many actions does he have?
Just one. He can use that ability whenever, though, as long as he can see the target. All right, so it is Varys.
Yeah, I was asking which of the houses is on fire.
Let me just reveal area real quick. It is the house that I just revealed, the governor's house, and Wintergrove is what's on fire.
Okay, so
I should also point out that there is a brigand behind you. Well, there's brigands to your left and right, as well as the assassin.
yes, that is 30 feet, right? I was right here. It's 25. Okay. I'm gonna stand here, And then I'm going to cast Tidal Wave toward the house.
Okay. Will that hit? Oh, to like put out the fire.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do you have to roll for that, or is it just?
It's a save, so if anyone's in the way of it, they have to save. But
Okay,
other than that,
yeah. So then you managed to put out the fire. You can kind of see through the rubble of the house from doing that, as it's no longer obscured by smoke. And you can see a changeling has like exited the house and is trying to escape from it through the wine grove. So you've put out a fire, and you can see a changeling has tried to escape. Let me just do this.
I already used all my movement, so I can't really
Alright.
get close to the changeling.
So it is going to be Artie's turn then, but as you start to do whatever it is you do, the wine grape inn explodes. And there's an explosion in the wine grape inn, and the wine grape inn is now on fire. You can see the owner of the inn like shoveling water onto it. Let me just move over. You can see the owner shoveling water onto the inn to try and put it out. It is your turn, Artie.
Alright, so I'm going to move a little bit forward to typically right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot at this brigand with my crossbow.
Okay, that's a good idea because he's gonna go after the inn owner next, so it'd be a good idea to kill him.
Alright, does a 17 hit?
Oh yeah, 17 will hit.
Alright. So
Actually, give me a flat d20 roll with that. Just for like a kind of sort of luck roll. It'll make sense if you roll a d20. Nope.
That's a flat d20, and here's my damage.
Okay.
So Artie raises his crossbow and fires it at the assassin, and he is
The brigand,
hit.
because you said you were attacking the brigand.
The brigand, I mean. And he is hit for 5 damage.
Okay. Which isn't too much with his health pool, but it's something at least.
Oh, the most he could have done was 13.
Yeah. And I'm going to give a luck roll for him. Not low enough, so he's still good. Is there anything else you're going to do?
That is my action, and that is my movement, so that's my turn.
Alright, Midori and Finn.
Alright. Finn will probably just stay on top of my head for the moment.
Okay.
Midori, on the other hand, is... yeah. He will cast Eldritch Blast on this one right here.
Okay.
And there's now 2 beams, so that's 2 separated.
Okay.
Now, is it 2 separate ones to hit, since there's 2 beams?
You can either do it 1 to hit or 2 to hit. It's up to you, I'm gonna say.
I'll just roll it separately. Then.
Yeah, that's probably the smarter way to do it.
I think that's how it's supposed to be anyway, but...
Well, I just wanted to, like, give him the choice.
Yeah, DM's rules, you get a choice.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, there's an argument for both of them, like, being better. I mean, if you do 1, then you're guaranteed all of them to hit if you hit. But if you roll for each, you have a higher chance.
Natural 20 is the first one.
Okay, I'd like you to roll 2 flat d20s for me, real quick. Just flat d20.
2 of them?
Yep. You hit. Your blast seems to hit him, and it causes something on his person to like malfunction. And you just look him. You see him look at you with like fear in his eyes, and he explodes. Like he just outright explodes, and there is now a crater. That there's a massive crater there where I put the green box. So this brigand is now dead, as he had some sort of bomb on him that short circuited or something and blew him up when you did that. You were lucky enough to manage to hit it.
Cool.
So in future reference, that is what the luck rolls against the brigands are going to do. So you have a small chance of killing them outright. Is there anything else you're going to do, Midori? I think you can still move.
Well, that was supposed to be 2 beams, but that was only 1.
You can make another attack then against.
If I can.
I mean, if you move, you can probably attack the other one.
Will I be able to attack from right there?
Let's see if you. Well, from there you could attack the assassin. You could also move and attack the other brigand to your right.
To my right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Right here, the guy who murdered the laundromat.
Not the laundromat, man.
The like old lady changeling laundromat. Like I personally, I'd go after the guy to your right because you have a small chance of killing him outright. The assassin doesn't have the same vulnerability and has more HP.
Alright. Let's see. It's a need to reach with Eldritch. 300 actually.
Yeah, so you don't even have to move.
Yeah, I don't even have to move, so my second beam's gonna hit him, I guess.
Okay.
If it hit.
Roll the hit.
25.
That'll hit. Make a flat d20 roll for me. Alright, let me just... not quite.
Alright, and rolling for damage.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so basically my roll there was just a luck roll for him, because he's going to make a luck roll and you're going to make a luck roll. Is how that works for their like little bombs that they have. Are you going to move at all?
Does anyone else want to take a shot at that one over there? Not, I will.
What's up?
He was asking if anyone else is going to take a shot for that guy.
My next shot will probably be for him, but that's going to be next turn, so it doesn't matter. But yeah.
Yeah,
I'll try and shoot him.
Oh, okay, so you're going to start moving towards the assassin. Is that what you're going to do, Midori?
Yeah, I'll move right.
Alright, I don't know if you know, but if you like drag a box over your character, you can move both him and Finn at once.
Oh.
Just for future reference, it took me like I think it was like 5 or 6 sessions using this to realize you can do that.
That's fine. I only have to 2 things.
Alright, so it is the brigand's turn now. So / roll all of them. Okay. Let's go with like 15. And it's probably... Okay, so it's 150. So you hear the sounds of combat throughout the village and you hear the screams of many a changeling as the brigands seem to start to slaughter more and more of them. And occasionally you can hear the sound of an explosion or a scream that sounds like it might be coming from one of these brigands, but for the most part, you hear the screams of the changelings who are kind enough to bring you into their village and offer you shelter. As more and more changelings die, you can't help but feel a little bit guilty, since you are with the guy these guys are after all. You see this one guy who's come into your view. He takes a few crossbow bolts as he comes into view and falls to the ground dead. And let's see, where are the other brigands? I'm just trying to do this as fast as possible. These guys are going to move in a bit more. They haven't quite attacked yet. You can hear combat way off in the distance. And you can see fire burning in the northwest, where you know that where Woodburn is. So you think that that might be a good place to start to head towards.
So many fires, and I have only one more spell slot for tidal wave.
I can
Sorry,
start
can-
now. Once it gets to my turn, I can start trying to help put out the fires with Ray of
Well-
Frost.
Ooh.
Sorry, can
Is there?
Well, guess what happens?
Oh no.
So,
You don't like all these
the hospital that your fellow crew were at, you can see it kind of off in the distance, and then in a moment there is a deafening boom as the hospital is no more, and is all that is left is this massive crater where it once stood. I put like a square around it. Anyone who's in said square is dead. The changelings and the two brigands that were caught all are caught on fire, and they're like trying to put it out as they die screaming. And it is now Old Man Jenkins' turn, as I try to wrap this up quickly so we don't have so long being taken out by the NPCs. He is going to use an ability of his, and he pulls out like some sort of what looks like a bomb from his pack, and he hurtles it towards the chicken farm to his east. You think that maybe there's some brigands there, and oh no, oh no. A brigand shoots him in the hand as he tries to throw it, and the bomb gets stuck as the fuse slowly counts down. And the changeling next to him is killed instantly from the explosion. And Old Man Jenkins is half dead as the bomb explodes in his hand.
No.
You can hear more fighting going on real quick. You see the head roll by of another brigand, and you see a changeling flee to Old Man Jenkins. The changeling over here can see that the fire is out, and he sees you guys, and he just does like basically almost like a super dash, and runs towards you guys to try and see if you can help him. And let's see, there's only one more. This guy is also, you see another guy like kind of dash towards Old Man Jenkins for safety. Tabby, it is now your go.
Okay. Okay, what should I do?
And we've got brigands a brigand right over here.
Yeah, I know, and the
Got
assassin.
yes, the assassin here. And then we know that he was aiming at, and we know that there's brigands all around,
Well, with
ahead of us.
how far up Scully is, I'm gonna reveal all of this. So you can see there is several more brigands in this town square area, and you see lots and lots of bodies belonging to both changelings and brigands.
You know what? I'm actually going to move up. Actually, I'm going to try to get up on the roof.
Which roof? Oh, the cabbage farm?
Right, yep.
Make a flat d20 roll for me.
Hold on, but I have a
No. Oh, make your roll to get up there, and then make me a flat d20 roll.
Okay, I actually have a climbing speed of 20.
Yeah.
With
Well, I'm as DM. I'm just gonna say you can make it up there, no problem. But make me a flat d20 roll.
17.
Okay. When you get up there, let's put you like up here so you can have a nice vantage point of all the brigands. You find a bomb and you're able to make a roll if you want to try to chuck it at the brigands.
Okay,
you can
so
tell that they've planted bombs on some of these buildings.
okay, what do I need to roll?
It is-
1d20.
Yeah, a flat d20.
At least to get a 6 will get it away from the building, right?
Yeah, you kind of like trip up as you throw it, and you kind of drop it off the side. It takes out the supports in front of you, and you find yourself you kind of are able to like surf on the roof as it collapses under you, and you find yourself on the ground. And the brigands are all looking at you.
Yes. Oops. And that.
All right, and I believe that is your turn.
Do I still not have an action?
You can make an attack real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to attack this guy right here.
But since I moved you probably considerably farther than you should have been able to, I'm going to say that you just get the one attack. You can't really do anything else. No bonus action or anything else. Roll to hit.
Okay, roll 1d20.
Remember your modifier.
Yep, it's to be a +8.
Okay.
Wait 1 minute.
Control
C, just making things easier for him.
And that one.
So basically, I think
the arrow falls on your foot as you kind of like let go of the string of your bow too early. Roll for damage, please. But half the result. Half the result.
Then it'll be a 1d8.
Yeah. So just roll 1d4 for me then. As your arrow like falls and hits your foot. So you take 2 damage.
2.
Yeah, I did it for you. So then it's your turn. You hear lots of fighting off to the side. The house to the northeast that I mentioned earlier, where Woodburn is, explodes. And Tabby, you're the closest to this, so you can see like a teleportation portal appear, and Woodburn appears in the square with two brigands in hot pursuit. Cestus, it is your go.
Okay. The grape inn is still on fire, right?
The innkeep has managed to keep it under control. She will fix it with it by the end of the turn, more or less.
Okay. So since that's taken care of,
Okay, let me just zoom out real quick so I can confirm something. Okay. So basically, anyone who's not dead is on the revealed part of the map. So there are there were more people, but anyone who's not that you can't see is dead.
Okay.
So this is all the people that we have to worry about?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about any other enemies.
Is it just are they just brigands or is there some assassins?
There's just the one assassin. He's like the leader of the group. Which is why he's the only one who doesn't have basically like a Brilliant Special Forces suicide vest is what's been causing the explosions occasionally on them when you roll a 20 for luck. So the lower troops who could potentially be tortured to reveal who they are and why they're there, they have the vests to prevent that knowledge from falling into enemy hands. The East or whatever the Brilliant Trading Company, I think it's the East Brilliant Trading Company, they sell this stuff to normal citizens. So it doesn't necessarily mean that these guys are Beryllian, but it's kind of highly implied. And you guys already kind of know that they're Beryllian, but the changelings don't know that.
Okay, I'm going to try and cast Chill Touch on this brigand right here.
The one to your right? Or this one right here? Okay. What does it do?
I make a spell attack. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, a 16 will hit.
Okay, he takes 12 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And he cannot heal until his next turn.
Make me a flat D20 roll, please.
Okay.
Oh, well, he rolled enough. He rolled low enough. So, bye-bye. He explodes. And something must have really gone wrong with his explosive, as it seems to have worked better than it should. The laundromat and all the laundry that was kept there is now gone. Reduced to naught but ash and dust. Anything else that you're going to do on your turn? I think you can still move.
I'm going to see what's my movement speed again.
I guess while I'm looking at it, I can remove the turn of the wounded Perul soldier because they are kind of all dead.
I'll move to right here.
Okay.
And then Scully, you're up next.
Yep.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to give Scully Bardic Inspiration.
All right, Scully, you have Bardic Inspiration. What does he add then from that?
Let's see. Let me double check what it is right now. It's just a D6.
Okay, D6. So, DM as DM, I'm gonna say you can add that D6 to both your like roll to attack and to your damage, if you so wish, and to a luck roll, if you
I'm gonna hit the assassin.
you're gonna hit the assassin. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll the hit.
Not completely certain why you're here. You'd be interested in answering some questions after I'm done beating your face in. 15 hit.
How much?
14.
14. No, he is able to parry
Okay.
your.
Right.
Bardic Inspiration.
He did use Bardic Inspiration. Oh.
Oh,
Oh, it is. It's
Oh,
now. It's a 20 now.
now
Okay.
a dirty 20.
The dirty 20. So you hit him.
Okay. Just a second. I cast Smite at
Just
second
like,
level.
get him, kick his butt.
Okay,
And I
second
play
level,
a few,
you say?
few strings on my guitar.
Okay. Roll for damage.
3D. That's 4.
Alright, so 21.
And then add a D, and then you said to roll a dose of damage, so that's
yeah.
another D6.
I'm just gonna say it's a 6, so he's gonna take 27. Alright. Can you make me 3 flat D20 rolls? I know I said that he doesn't have a bomb, but just do it for me, please. Just 3 flat D20 rolls.
I did that.
Oh,
2,
2,
3.
3. Oof. Give me another roll.
He has a 19 though.
They'll just give me a another 3 D20s. Just one more. All right, so highest is 19, 19, and 16 versus 17, 16, and 14. Okay. So the radiant energy from your smite seems to trigger a like mini like some hand grenade type bombs that he has on him, and you kind of like push him back into the building so it doesn't hurt you. He is going to take 135 damage as his last 2 bombs that he has blow up in it, like on him. Anything else you're gonna do on your turn before he retaliates?
Is the building okay, or?
Well, it was until he hit it. So
House was just fire.
he is at 1. He is at 1 hit point as the building collapses on top of him. He claws his way out. He's like beaten and bloody. Is there anything else you can do?
Extra attack. Just knock him over the head with a
Well, as you throw a javelin, he's gonna throw 2 daggers at you.
Fair.
So make your attack roll. Does a 23 and a 20 hit?
Both of those hit.
Okay. And these are special assassin daggers, so they're just
That hits him, right?
yeah, that'll hit him. You're gonna take 18. Actually, no. You're gonna take. I think 26 points of damage from his attack.
Would any of those be close to like? Yeah, are any of those close to hitting? Yeah, close to hitting you.
What?
Scully. either of those attacks close to hitting you. They hit, but they're close to hit.
It's a little close, but ISD is 18.
Okay.
AC's 18.
Well, then I'm gonna
Okay.
say with your inspiration, you managed to duck out of like 1. So you're just gonna take like I'm gonna say 12, no 13. You're gonna take 13 points of damage. And you're gonna
Okay, I want to clarify before I hit him with the javelin.
yeah.
I'm trying my hardest not to kill him with this, so I am hitting him with the blunt end of the javelin as gently as I can.
Okay.
I still do 10 points of damage, but
Okay.
I am trying not to.
Okay. You knock him out, and as he hits the ground, his head kind of hits the little bit, like a little pillar that is still standing, which cracks his skull open. And as he like slowly like falls down, blood streaking on the pillar collapses on top of him, and he is very much dead, unfortunately.
They just don't make assassins like they used to. This guy is way too frail. Should have gotten a different occupation. Been baker. I heard bakers. They don't die like that.
It's a little too late to give him job advice now.
Also, when he dies, his body starts on fire. Not that there's really any more of the house to ignite, but his body burns up. Varus, it is your turn.
Oh, there goes my plan.
What?
Said there goes my plan.
What?
I was gonna attack him, but now he's dead.
Okay, well there is still quite a few brigands that you can.
Yeah, I just have to figure out a new thing to do.
Okay.
Well, definitely use some help here.
Yeah, you could help Tabby. He's definitely gonna need it because
So,
the 5 brigands that are closest to him all.
I'm headed there. I moved.
Yeah, those
Thank you.
5 have Tabby in their sights, and unless attacked by anyone else, they're gonna all go make a beeline for Tabby.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
hopefully I can
working
kill
on it.
4 of them
What?
in one go.
Right.
Hopefully I can kill 4 in one go.
How? Oh, right.
You asked that, yet I've killed like 20 at once,
Yeah.
20 enemies at once before.
I would
Okay.
attack this one, baby. Because
Attack
I
that
can
one?
probably. Because I can
What was that?
Get the before.
How
I
many
can only
uses
help
of
with one of
bardic
those
inspiration
attacks.
do you have, Seabreeze?
I've got a total of 5 uses of it.
I'm gonna give you guys a little hint to help you murder these guys. Bardic inspiration is gonna apply to your luck rolls against them if you have inspiration. So yeah, if you were to like give inspiration like next round to someone, and they hit, they're gonna have a plus whatever if they roll to their d20.
So who did you?
Gave Scully the bardic inspiration. Gave Scully inspiration.
Which is
No. I mean,
I can use my inspiration in other ways, which
okay.
is reducing their rolls.
Okay.
As I'm
Well,
knowledgeable or bard,
ah,
I get this wonderful little ability called cutting words.
well,
Allows me to put negatives on enemy rolls.
okay, that won't be too bad. But since
So they
you
have to
giving
within 60
Scully
of me,
or you
so-
giving Scully the inspiration was the only reason he was able to trigger those bombs. Otherwise, he would have only done like normal melee damage. I felt like
yeah, so the only one of the brigands I can currently aim with my the only one of the brigands that I can currently my cutting words is this brigand right here.
Yeah, it's not your turn
Because
though.
it has to be within 60 feet.
Ah.
Well,
Varys?
you can always move. Yeah, I've been trying.
Yes, I know we've been talking over you.
Because someone told me, I think Joshua said not to kill a certain one or something. I don't know which one he was talking about.
I said I was going for maybe this one.
I should go for that one? Okay, that's what I was making sure.
So you're trying to like keep one alive.
I'm gonna do on these guys on my turns. This guy's just doing AoE attack, so taking this one because he's
I can try. I don't have any big attacks, unfortunately. I can firebolt him
Yeah, that'll be pretty effective.
if I hit.
It's a fire weapon, so I'll let you make 2 luck rolls.
I think that hits.
Yeah, make 3 luck rolls since that's over 20. So like 3 flat d20 rolls. All right.
How about that?
None of those are a 20. But
Okay.
I'm gonna say roll an extra dice for your damage since you rolled so high on all of those.
Okay. So that ends up being. I think it's just that. Yeah. $19 damage.
Okay, 19. And I guess I need to make 3 luck rolls for him. None of those are really low enough.
One's a 6.
It has to be, I think it was like 5 or 4 lower for it to happen with his luck roll.
Which one got the 6?
Okay, I'm just gonna say you use one of your inspiration uses. You lower it as he tries to retaliate against Varus or Varus, whatever. He accidentally like triggers one of his bombs, and it blows him up. So he is now dead. You like,
Alright.
I guess you like play a distracting tune, and he's his like he kind of has a headache from that. Yeah, he has a headache from that, and he accidentally like triggers one of his bombs when he tries to shoot Varus. Anything else you can do on your turn?
Yeah, I was gonna do a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on here. You already had the weapon on
Yep.
the map.
I just like copied this over from like the first session map. The other characters.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, right here. And then I want to go for that guy.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Yeah. No, not one.
Hmm.
The weapon's not near anyone.
Yeah.
Except for bad guys.
Well, how often can you use spiritual weapon?
It's a second level spell. 3 spell slots.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I feel like this is gonna be fairly generous. The sword, you tell it to attack, and through either sheer good luck or bad luck, depending on how you look at it, it manages to hit the bomb that this guy has on him, killing him, but it is going to destroy your sword, and you cannot use it for the rest of this fight. Is what I...
It's a spectral sword.
This is what I'm going with. It like damages it enough that you can't seem to reform it with your magic for the rest of the day, i.e., the rest of this fight. Anything else, or is that it?
I've used my movement, my action, my bonus action.
I mean, I feel like that is killing an enemy. I feel is very generous. Nat 1. I mean, taking away your sword, not so much, but it kind of balances out. in your
That's
favor.
fair.
Artie, it is your go. Alright, looks like all the
So
guys behind you are dead.
I'm going 30 feet.
Okay.
30. And dramatically did so I'm to this right here.
Where are you shooting? Or what are you doing? You cut out for me. I didn't hear what you're doing. Joshua? Could anyone hear him?
No.
I can't hear him either.
I can hear him like.
Well,
Hello? Yeah, I can
There
hear
we
you
go.
now. What are you doing?
No.
No, I can't hear you. Can you, like, speak up? Try exiting and rejoining. Okay, or you can just type. That works too. I'm casting Shatter. Who are you
Oh, he
casting
got
it on?
Shatter.
Or where?
He can reach all three of them.
Oh, okay, all three of them. Okay.
Because that's what I was gonna do.
Alright, that's fair enough. Do they make
Yeah,
saving? Do I make
basically.
saving throws, or does he make an attack roll? Okay.
Saving
alright,
throws.
sorry about that. I'm casting Shadow in the center of them. They need to all make saving throws.
Okay.
What's the saving
What
throw?
stat?
Constitution.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, so then it's does the 13 succeed?
Every single one of those enemies takes every single one of those enemies takes 13 damage.
Okay, let me just make 3. Make 3 luck rolls for me real quick.
Alright, so 3d20.
Okay, both of those are good. None of those are high enough. So minus, what was it, 13 damage you said?
13 damage from all.
Okay.
And doesn't it damage anything that's not magical around them?
What, sorry?
And doesn't it damage
Okay.
anything not
I
magical
see
around
what
them?
you're going with. Let me just do this to satisfy your.
And he has to make a saving throw.
Well, they rolled 3 nat ones.
Oof.
Yeah. So I feel like 12 d20s is fair enough for damaging their bombs. Yeah, there's a massive crater where they were.
Also, a random question that's related to another thing I'm going to do on another turn.
Okay.
Their bombs, are they visible on the person?
No, they seem to be under their cloaks. And they're
Shit. Alright.
located in different spots on each of them. Standard
good to know.
procedure.
Alright, good to know. Thank you.
You hear the last remaining 4 of them. You hear a little voice from them say, "Bombs deactivated." So they will no longer have their bombs explode on them. Midori, it is your go.
What exactly happened?
Well, his shatter caused damage to their bombs, which caused 3 of them to die, which then caused the other 4 to have their bombs be disabled. Although legendary action, boom, boom. These 2 guys, they seem like pulled by some unnatural force towards Woodburn, and they both explode. Woodburn is now down to 10 hit points. Midori, it is now your go.
Alright. First, I'm gonna say to Scully, I love that spell. That's my favorite spell you just did.
It was Artie that cast it.
Was it Artie?
Yeah.
Hold on. I was
Yeah.
like, I couldn't see. Artie. Yeah, my bad. If I yell that to Artie,
All right.
that was my favorite thing to use.
Thank
He
you.
was
It
gonna
was,
do that exact thing.
thank you.
You can,
That's my favorite. Thank you. That's my favorite kind of bomb.
Woodburn kind of
Because,
yells across to you. He seems to be directing this at Finn, and he's like, "Finn, if you let these guys kill me, I can't give you a gun." Have inspiration.
Wait, hold on. Wait, are those two biomes still alive?
There is. I think there's only 2 of them alive now. Let me zoom out.
Okay, so the ones
Yeah,
by
see, only
Woodburn are
see
dead.
the two right here.
Yeah, those 2 are the only ones left. All the other ones have died because I was a bit too generous. They probably wouldn't have been as generous if I didn't have to get up at like 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I have to get up early too.
And there is a bit of story stuff after you kill all these people.
I doubt I can kill both of them. Oh yeah, I could probably kill both of them, but you said a tad bit of inspiration.
Yeah, you have an inspiration. As Woodburn saying that to Finn made Finn determined. And he is so determined that he is helping you do everything that you try to do.
Feel his
So yeah, so you basically feel Finn's determination to save Woodburn. And it
fills you with determination.
Yeah, his determination fills you with determination to save Woodburn.
Alright, Finn, let's do this. We're casting Shatter.
Okay. Alright, so they need to make saves. I assume 8 does not
Neither.
succeed.
No.
Roll for damage.
They do not. One moment. $26. Wow, those are really high rolls.
Okay, so they all take 26 damage. Is that it for your turn? That's it for your turn? Okay. So the brigand over here, you hear a voice from him mutter, "No witness protocol enabled." And he seems to almost like rocket towards the changelings before exploding, like almost on impact, killing the last.
Oh wait, what about the damage to the bombs beforehand from Shatter?
No,
The bombs are deactivated. This is like being activated remotely.
When that's still damage.
Yeah, they're diffused more or less. They're temporary diffused.
Make them inoperable.
No. I'm gonna just wait like 1 second. It really will not matter. This greatly hurts Old Man Jenkins. The the other brigand tries to run towards Woodburn, trying to shoot him. Old Burn Jenkins is able to like kind of grab him and starts like forcing his head down into the well, trying to like drown him. I'm gonna say like Tabby, you shoot an arrow into the guy since you're in the turn order too. And Woodburn kind of slowly limps over and puts a bullet into the guy's head, killing him. And we are out of initiative. And Woodburn kind of like drops his gun and kind of like collapses by the well.
Well, that
I
was
quickly rush over to the well and start trying to heal both of them.
And I actually also go over there to also heal as well.
All right.
Are there any houses still on fire?
Yeah, I was about to ask that too.
There is, but you and the innkeeper and I guess the governor's servant, the two only surviving changelings that were in the city center, help you put out the fires.
Okay.
I can make you go faster because I can control water.
And as the fires kind of die down, more and more changelings start to filter into the city. And let's see who's the closest. Cestus and Tabby. Woodburn kind of tries to like grab both of you, and he whispers to you, "I know you guys wanted to try and take one of those guys alive. I'm sorry about shooting that last one. We
That's
can't
fine.
can't let it get out that they're from Barul."
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see what
I'm going
it was. King Chibi, right? Or what was his name? Chibs.
Chib.
Okay, King Chibs. King Chibs has really overstepped his authority this time. Well, I'll have to have words with him when I return to Barul.
So I have a hunch. I'm going to approach one of the dead Butchins
Yeah.
and start peeling away its skin.
You. Oh God. No, these guys are normal humans.
Oh no.
So you like start peeling this guy's skin off, and it just reveals like flesh and bone.
Hey Artie, what you doing there?
I had a hunch. I say, slightly covered in blood, and as I disheartenedly slapped a piece of flesh back down into the corpse.
No, I think there are easier ways to check for that than just peeling off flesh.
He's dead. It doesn't.
There is some like changeling children that have like walked back into town that see you do that and are just thoroughly traumatized. They were also came to like look at you because they thought you look cool. They are now covered in blood as you like peeled this guy's face off. Yeah,
Okay,
they are
and-
scarred for life.
Okay. When I see this,
Um,
when I see this, I basically just
you guys at this point are all kind of gathered to the well, and you
How
got
full is the well?
what?
How full is the well?
There's a lot of water in it. Why?
Like, is it filled to like the brim or?
It's filled to the brim. Why?
All right. Now Finn's just gonna chill in it and
Okay.
spray some water on Woodburn.
You're gonna put the octopus in the town's drinking water?
It's fine.
Someone was literally just shot over it. I don't think it matters too much. It's gonna have to be like purified anyway.
I look over.
Finn's just trying to cool down Woodburn.
Thanks, Finn. I'll be sure to get you that gun. And when he says that, you see a bunch of changelings start charging at you. They like surround the well and are pointing guns at you. Like, everyone on the ground now! Like, hands above your head, on the ground now.
Okay, Old Man Jenkins and Woodburn are healed for, say, 41.
Okay. They're good. There are now changelings surrounding you, holding guns to you, telling you to get on the ground and, like, hands on your head. Do any of you comply, resist? What does everyone do?
I comply, but it's saying, we're innocent. We were fighting the brigands. We were trying to save them.
The innkeeper and the governor's servant speak up for you guys. The changelings, they lower their guns, but two of them go forward, grab Woodburn, and put him in chains.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you all are gonna have to
Finish
come
chains,
with
but not
us
the
to be
ones.
escorted out of the Confederacy.
Just give me
We're
1 moment,
already
please.
gonna do that. You don't have to put him in chains.
Well, he needs to leave
Initiating hostile
immediately.
eyes
The
at
rest
him.
of you, we can let stay for the rest of the day, since you helped save this town, but we do need you guys to leave.
You're going to leave is the thing.
Well, he's gonna come with us. We need to keep an eye on him.
To make sure that he gets the medical attention he needs. He was supposed to be resting, but then we were all attacked.
He seems fine
By
enough to
these
me.
brigands.
He was literally just surrounded and almost killed. But okay.
You in the distance, you can see a very beaten up, bruised Dimitri kind of start hobbling out of a building, holding a gun, completely fearless, telling the changelings to let Woodburn go.
Dimitri, I appreciate your loyalty, but please do not escalate this situation.
Oh,
Scully has the wig on again.
alright, well,
Professional.
Woodburn
If
is gonna say, look, just let me out of the chains, and I'll tell Dimitri to stand down, okay?
I am a medical professional. If you do not cease with take the chains off of my patient, who you are currently mistreating and endangering the life, I shall be forced to complain.
The changelings seem a bit annoyed, but they remove Woodburn's chains and let you continue helping the patient. Woodburn. Dimitri lowers his gun and is escorted by the changelings by Woodburn.
Nick, I sent you a chat.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Don't respond in the chat, not.
Okay. Oh, looks like I have more than one.
Alright, so in the middle of all of this, Artie just walks over to the well and says, "I need a bath," before jumping into it.
The
Sinking directly to the bottom.
Artie, that's not.
The changelings just kind of look at each other and like, he must have hit his head. And some of the changelings fish you out of there.
He's just an oddball.
All right.
Nick.
What?
Wait, Nick. So, was there anything at the bottom of the well while I was down there?
At the bottom of the well. Give me a flat D20 roll. Just a flat D20 roll. Oh god. Hold on. I need to send a DM. And then I can tell you what's down there. Okay. No, it's not something like that. Don't worry. Depending on your opinion, it may be worse. Nick Jr. Shit. Other Nick, I mean. I sent you a DM. Please respond to it as soon as you can. Can you all still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Nick, I sent you a DM. Oh.
Oh.
Yep. I figured you'd appreciate that. Just send me the name. Send me the name so I can tell Artie what he got. I just need a little bit while I'm waiting for Nick.
Does anything catch Finn's eye as he's
Oh,
swarming around?
okay. You yeah, I think that is what you called it. So Artie, at the bottom of the
Yes.
well, strangely perfectly preserved, despite being submerged completely in water, is a book that seems to almost like force itself
Oh,
into your
no.
hands, titled
No.
Dusk.
No.
And as it enters your hands, it opens of its own accord, and you are knocked unconscious from psychic damage.
No.
You also are now cursed.
No.
At the beginning of each day, no matter where you are, no matter what plane of existence you reside in, no matter any actions taken against the book, you will the book will spawn on your person at the beginning of each day as you wake up.
Wait, he found a book?
Yep.
Can I get
He
feedback
found
on what
the
the
book.
book is?
He found the book.
Yeah, he found the book. It is I'll Jeremy, you're the only one who doesn't know, so I'll send you a DM, I think.
Oh no, not that.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is.
It's your favorite
I
book.
think you.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Do I not have I guess I don't have wait, I should have Jeremy as a friend on here. What the hell? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Hold on, I'll send Jeremy the meme I made about how much Lance loves that book.
Yeah.
I think you reposted in the chat. So that-
Okay.
I did, but
Yeah.
it's probably
Yeah.
lost by now.
Basically,
That's why I
Mike
said repost
having
it in
actually
the chat.
sees the book, he just basically hisses and then it runs away to a corner or something, or someone behind you.
I looked back at Tabby. What's wrong?
The book.
What about the book?
Am I still unconscious?
No, one of the changelings manages to bring you back to
Do you have the
consciousness.
book on you or not yet?
It's on him. It's on him.
I say, I know that book.
It's a real
Wait,
knockout.
Is this an actual real book too?
No, it's something that Nick made when he was co-DM of the
Okay.
last campaign. And Lance's last character in that campaign really loved this book. It traumatized him. It's like permanently like in order to maintain his sanity, his mind had to erase that book from his memory.
For the viewers at home, what this book is, it's a book that is terribly written.
Yes, it is
It
a
is so bad. It is so bad that that if you read it, you have to make a wisdom saving throw, I believe it is.
yeah,
Wisdom
wisdom
saving
saving throw.
Or take a
or
shit ton
take
of
Yeah.
psychic damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for future it is 1d100 psychic damage for each level you are. Is how much psychic damage it does, but it can't kill you outright. It can't kill you. It can only incapacitate you.
It can cause you 500 damage at most right now.
Yeah. So it'll knock you out, but you can easily be brought back. but if it deals 10 times your max HP. Now I'm gonna say 20 times. If it deals 20 times your max HP, you lose 1 wisdom. As it slowly drives you mad. With how bad it is.
Yeah, this
To
is
be fair,
why
you don't have to read the book. It's just gonna keep spawning on you.
I've heard legends about that book. I heard about the darkness that resides in it.
Darkness? What kind of darkness? Like a demon?
Worse.
One
It's
of
just
the
a trope.
one of the changelings like, this is ridiculous. It's just a book. Takes it out of your hands, reads it, and then falls over dead. Or like seemingly dead.
It's a real
I
knockout,
quickly
isn't
try
it?
to revive them.
Joke, Artie?
Alright, so now both Artie and that changeling are now cursed. And will continuously have copies of Dusk spawn on them at the beginning of each day.
Wait, it's only the Dusk book only affects one person at a time.
I'm changing it. It's a
Oh my!
plague.
The book has grown stronger.
It has grown stronger over the years. Now, simply touching it is all it is needed to do to receive its curse.
I'm very glad Tin is the one that's not cursed anymore.
I have a new item for catapult. I have a new item for catapult.
Oh no!
Oh, you have a what?
A
I
new
have a new
item for
item.
catapult?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you use it for catapult, I'm gonna say if it hits someone, they have to make a saving throw. If they fail, it affects them.
So now, so basically, catapult spell, where it's basically a 50-50 uh, between basically them taking either like, how much damage does catapult do usually?
I don't think it was that much, was it?
Catapult. Let's see. So basically, if they get hit by the catapult spell,
Okay.
they either take 3d8 bludgeoning damage, or they take 5d100. Or they take 5d100.
Yeah. So.
Seems even.
Yeah. So basically, they have to pray that it doesn't hit them, because then they'll have to make a saving throw.
Then again, they have to make first a dex save and then a wisdom save.
Yeah. So the odds are in their favor. But I'm gonna say like important NPCs, bosses, high level NPCs, etc. are gonna have advantage on the not reading Dusk.
Because they know
Yeah.
the terror.
Yeah, they know
the
that it
terror
is
that
one of the
lies
few things that
ages.
can defeat them. And BBEGs, they are automatically immune to Dusk. Or at least falling prey to trying to read it.
Okay. And I just. No, actually, just the horror. The horror!
It's okay. It's okay. We'll protect you from the book.
Just don't touch it.
We just have to not touch it, and then we'll be okay. Okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Alright.
So,
So, what happens is you guys, the Changeling set up like tents in the city for you guys, since the inn is the rooms are kind of burned. And the next day, they bring in carriages, and you guys ride to the border, to the Confederates, to get to Barul. Tamara, yeah. Technically, it is Tamara, but technically, it's part of Barul.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tamara would.
I feel like,
what about-
I guess in Varys's eyes, it would be Tamara, but in a political sense, it is Brule, since those two kingdoms are kind of one now, more or less.
Or is Barul Tamir?
Sure. You tell yourself
That's how Vera sees it. There you go.
Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. I need like 5 minutes. BRB. No.
Okay.
I guess I'll have to ask him when he gets back. Oh. Yeah, I never imagined my cursed book would come back.
Apparently,
Yeah,
we're not
I
moving.
honestly did not expect that, actually.
The cursed
Having
book is
to
not the
return
most.
that book.
That cursed book is not the most powerful weapon in the game. Deal with it.
Yeah.
What have I done? Or had I wrought upon this world without knowing?
Alright, so.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to give my sister the address of the Aldi's that I'm going to interview at, since she's picking me up from the interview when it's done.
Yeah. Okay. And I actually want to ask a Scully
Other stores
something.
are available. Please don't demonetize this video, even though it's not monetized.
Yet.
What?
Yet.
Shit? Is that what you said?
Said yet.
Oh, yet. Yeah. So in the future, if this is monetized, please don't demonetize it because of that comment. Like, I'm not advertising. That's just where I'm happened to try to get a job. Anyway, where were we?
We were being escorted out to the place, and so is Woodburn with us.
Oh yeah, Woodburn is with you.
Okay.
As you guys approach the border, though, the carriages stop. And you hear shouting coming from the border. Woodburn is the first to get out to see what the hell's going on. And do you guys investigate, or do you remain in the carriage?
How long has this been?
It's been a.
How about we investigate in case things are getting nasty?
It's been maybe like you've been traveling on a carriage, maybe like 2-3 days to get to the border.
Dr. Scully gets out.
I poke up my head out from the carriage.
All right. As you guys get out, you can see the changeling soldiers have kind of formed like a gun line, and they're like pointing guns at a bunch of like 4 times as many Brule soldiers who have done like the same thing and have formed like 2 rows, aiming their guns at the changelings. The first row kneeling so the second row can fire as well if necessary. And seeing this, Woodburn kind of like muscles his way in between the changelings and begins to address the soldiers. Soldiers, men and women of Perul, please lower your weapons. And one of the soldiers responds, Sir, we have direct orders not to let anyone cross the border. I'm sorry, I believe that applies to you as well, sir. To that Woodburn, what?
You guys shoot each other and burn. And I have to take care of you. I'm going to make you all wish you were never born. If you
He's
could
very. Hey, he's not lying. He'll do it.
I have to be aggressive in my treatment for malady, which is in this case stupidity. I can't find a cure for it, but I am looking.
They seem a bit worried about that. Some of them kind of turn their guns towards you, but most of them do have. Oh, hey, Curry. I'll let you out, Curry. Running out, Curry. Sorry, cat. Most of them have their guns pointed at Woodburn now. Some of them have turned them towards Scully. And Woodburn is going to say, look, I have always done what I have thought is best for Barul and its people. Right now, your leader is making a grave mistake that will throw away many lives and may very well destroy all that you hold dear and lead to the slaughter of you and your families. He seeks war with the rest of the continent, as his stupid provocation of the Confederacy will likely lead to that end. So, as the only other member of the Regency Council and the only one with the authority to stop his planned invasion of the Confederacy, I have one thing to say to you men and women. If you wish to kill the one man who can stop the war that is to come, if you wish to shoot the man who can save you and your families, go ahead, shoot me. I'm right here. And he holds out his arms as if he's ready for them to just unload on him. And 20 tense seconds pass as slowly, one by one, the Brutal soldiers seem to lower their guns or just drop them outright. The officer of the Brutal soldiers is the last one, aiming his gun at Woodburn. He's like, "I'm sorry, sir." And he looks like he's about to pull the trigger before a bullet hits him right between the eyes, and he falls to the ground dead. And you all look back to see Dimitri holding a smoking pistol. Well, that seemed to work pretty well.
Scully walks over to the dead and looks them a little bit and goes, "Well, I guess that's one cure for stupidity."
Yeah, I guess. The Brutal soldiers let you guys through now. We'll take you to the nearest city. King Gibbs or Chibs. King Chibs is he's only about 10 miles away from here. We'll get you set up and you can talk to him tomorrow. But it looks like you guys could definitely use some rest. And they escort you away, and the changelings and the soldiers on the border seem to kind of lower their weapons, and they start to chat with each other. And as you guys as they kind of fade from your sight, they seem to be exchanging alcohol and gifts, as if a peace offering is trying to be made. And you are led to a simple accommodations, a bed. You basically all led to this room. There's a bed for each of you, but it's just one room that you all have to share. And it's only a 6-foot bed. Like a 6 by 5. So they're not particularly big. They're simple beds meant for human soldiers. We're sorry, but this is all we have right now. We'll escort you to King Chibs in the morning. And the soldier walks out and leaves you guys and Woodburn and Dimitri alone.
And after the soldier leaves, I look at Woodburn and ask about. Quick question about Chibs.
Yeah.
What is he like? I'm actually seeing him as a short, bald, very fat individual. Is he like that or complete?
Well,
or am I?
if you
completely
get
wrong?
rid of the short bit, that's spot on. He's about a head taller than I am, so I can't, in good faith, call him short.
But he's completely obese and fat.
Yeah, he
basically obese and
he honestly looks like he's maybe like some roast pork away from exploding. He's that obese. Like if you took like Seabreeze and sorry, if you took Seabreeze, Varus, Scully, Varus. Sorry, if you took Seabreeze, Varus, Scully, put them together and like mush them together, that's about how obese he is. Like that's how big he is. Like those three squished together. Because he's
Varus is very skinny.
yeah. Well, I used
And
the Dragonborn are probably like the two biggest in the group. So he's just using.
I'm still fairly skinny. My strength's only a +1.
Yeah, but Dragonborn tend to be like bigger than humans, so I'm just saying like he's using those two, and Varus is just the little bit that he is bigger than two Dragonborn. To put it in perspective, I'm going to use Old Man Jenkins as an example. Chibs is a 4-tile guy. Like his model will take up four tiles. That's how obese he is.
Okay. And that Tabby kind of like coughs, but kind of coughs and small little laughter at that.
All right. Well, before we all go to bed, there's one thing that well, I guess there's two things that I'd like to take care of. I have a gift for all of you. I had some of my contacts in Brule pull some strings. I have a reward for all of you for the help that you've given myself and Brule the past few days. Artie, why don't I give you yours first, since you're like standing closest to me. He hands you something that looks kind of like a wand that once he gives it to you, it kind of expands into a staff. And let me just put this into the chat. General at RT Control V. He gives you like something that's like a wand or staff. It expands into a staff as you grab it. Basically allows you to cast spells from it, and it has a bound spell that I'm calling Cannon Shot that allows you once per day to launch a cannon shell from your location that deals 1d50 to a target of your choice. Which I feel fits your character, since you can like literally summon a cannon. And let me just read that out so I know that that's already been given. Next is Seabreeze. Now, forgive me, I know you didn't tell me, but my sources have told me about your parentage, so I thought this gift might be appropriate for you, Mr. Seabreeze. And he hands you this sword that it's on its hilt is a dolphin, and it allows you once per day to summon a spectral dolphin that has 100 HP, 15 AC, and can either make 2 attacks for D10 or 1 attack for 1D20. So it's basically like a little dolphin NPC to fight alongside you. Is what?
Do the rest of us notice the dolphin theme on this?
Yeah. It's not exactly hidden.
All right, so we're gonna. I mean, he said something about his parentage, and then there's dolphins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna reveal anything. I'm just gonna be like, Hmm.
All
Odd.
right. So then,
Is it what kind of sword is it?
it's just like a normal sword. It just has that ability.
So rapier.
Sword.
It's a rapier, but it deals magical damage, and it has that ability. Is basically all that sword does, unfortunately. And to Tabby, who I entered your name wrong in the document that I wrote this, so I'm sorry. He gives you a magical ring of focused focus, is what it's called. And basically at level 5, it grants +1 to your spell casting, 2 at level 10, 3 at 15, and 4 at 20. So it slightly improves your ability to cast spells and hit people with them.
And it increases the wisdom aware about the same number
Yeah.
at the same.
So at level 5, you get 1 to spellcasting and +1 to wisdom, 10 and 2 at 10, and etc. And it stops at 20 though. So at level 20, you'll have 4 to spellcasting and 4 to wisdom.
So +1 to my spellcasting ability.
Yep. And you're from Tamir, right, Varus? Varus?
Yes, I am.
Well, unfortunately, I couldn't find this in the Tamir colors or a Tamir pattern, but seeing as you're a spellcaster, I thought you could use a cloak of protection. It is with the Brilliant colors, though, unfortunately. It's all we could find on short notice. It's basically called a Brilliant Cloak of Protection, and it's a bit better than the normal Cloak of Protection, and then it gives 2 AC and +2 to saving throws. Whereas I think the normal one does +1, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self and change it to Tamara colors.
I guess that works.
It only lasts for an hour though, I think. Yeah.
So you just have to like cast that on it every time.
Only when I'm in public and around people.
Alright, so let me just type in Scully. Alright. So Scully, I don't know why, but I kind of got the idea of giving you something that can help you sneak. And so I got you these patented Berulian spy boots. And let me just type that in the chat. The basically improved boots of elven kind. Your footsteps make no noise. You have advantage on stealth, and you have +3 to dex. So you basically increase your dex stat by 3, if possible. So all of these are a bit better than the normal items they're based on, if they're based on a normal item. Midori and Finn. I believe you guys are the last ones.
Yes.
I remember my promise to dear Finn, and he pulls out what looks like a like a mini-sized minigun, where it has like 8 barrels, and it has like 8 like triggers on it for Finn to hold on to. And it is basically a somewhat improved rifle in that it fires 8 shots, so you make 8 rolls to hit, and it deals 8d6 damage. He also gives you a little holder to keep Finn in, so you don't have to have him on your face. And if he's in that, Finn has 2 AC added to his score. Yeah, no, there's no modifier to the dolphins' rolls. It is a low-level item, unfortunately. Also, for everyone, he hands each of you a bag with 1,000 gold pieces in them. Now,
You're so Finn did something, but I don't.
Wow, this is how much my allowance was.
oh wow, glad to hear that you're rich. You lucky.
I said was.
Well, okay. Well, still, you're pointing out that you're rich. Is anyone else here rich?
And I
All of
I
my
kind of like did a so-so.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I
pirate-
also kind of do with so-so.
okay. Well, I mean, I was born in an orphanage with like not a penny to my name, so please excuse me if I find it somewhat annoying you pointing out that you used to be rich or are rich. Anyway,
You rich now?
I don't really have the time to enjoy it, so in my mind, no.
I mean, you're the one who gave us 1,000 gold each.
Well, I mean, technically it's on my authority, but technically it is from the Berulian treasury. So it's not my gold per se. It's more of like the gold of the Berulian taxpayer. Anyway, I have one more thing that I want to ask of you. Clearly, I want you guys to continue with your quest to find the fingers when we get through all this, and hopefully we stop the war between Brule and the Confederacy. Now, since I don't exactly have any proof that Chibs sent those assassins after me, I'm gonna have to go talk to him tomorrow. I'm gonna try and convince him to listen to reason. Now,
Maybe if we got somebody that could commune with the spirits of the Gins be killed, or commune with some of your men
Yeah.
that were killed by their hands, that
he
might be able to be
will.
proof.
He'll deny anything, and it's my word against his. It's a good idea, but
Wouldn't that be proof? I mean,
I know
Triple
it is
truth.
proof.
And the dead, that would be undeniable proof.
Listen, he's a powerful man. He is probably more powerful than I am. He has most of Barul in his pocket at this point. I just have a few people loyal to me. I need some time to like put some feelers out to determine who's still loyal to me and who's been bought by him. Now, if I fail to talk sense into him, I need you guys to meet me at the abandoned factory about 5 blocks from here. You understand?
Alright.
If we, let's just say, if I can't talk sense into him, it may be time for Barul to undergo a bit of a regime change. I'm afraid that's all I can say for now. The walls have ears.
The gist.
What?
So I think we got the gist.
Yeah. And thankfully, the men outside are loyal to me. So I won't be murdered in my sleep. I imagine.
Be sure about that. You never know.
Literally everyone outside this door is on my payroll and have sworn direct loyalty to me. If there is anyone in this world besides Dimitri who is loyal to me, it would be those men.
This
But that
man,
doesn't
someone
mean-
could. Someone could sneak in, like without them noticing.
Well, Dimitri, you keep watch.
I was just saying, don't be comfortable.
Well, no, Dimitri's going to keep watch, and we'll be safe. I mean, there's also a secret police headquarters a few blocks away from here, so we should be fine. Don't tell anyone I told you that. I trust you. Don't make me regret my trust. Anyway, it's been a long ass day, and I almost died like twice the past few days. So I need some rest if I'm gonna have to deal with that dumbass Chibs.
Yeah.
Woodburn just kind of like leans up against the pillow and just instantly goes to sleep.
Well, I was actually about to ask him something.
You can ask me. I know most of what Woodburn knows. Dimitri says.
Who currently is in control of the production of those gems that you showed us back on the ship?
That would be the East Berlin Trade Company.
Which would not be under our control.
No. They're not directly under his control, they're not directly under our control. They're somewhat of a third factor. Third party, I guess.
Wait. That means we might end up having to fight on two fronts.
Well, they'll back whoever looks like they're gonna win. I know Woodburn. He's got a plan. And if he doesn't, he'll have one by tomorrow. We just stick with
On
it.
his plans, it doesn't mean they work.
Well, I've seen him get out of tougher scrapes than this. He'll get through this. We'll get through this. Don't you worry.
I hope so, because those gems are bad news for both whoever they're used against and whoever's using them.
Yeah. Well, I think stopping Chibs is probably the biggest concern. If he starts a war with the
I know, but I'm trying to think about things in the long run.
Yeah, here's a long run thing for you. If we don't stop Chibs, he'll authorize the company to have unlimited production of said gems. And then maybe Brule will stand a chance against the entire continent. I mean, right now, in accordance with agreements made with the other kingdoms, the production of those gems is limited. Like, we only make like 5 or so a year. And 3 of those are traded away to the other kingdoms. So there's 2 for us, 1 for each one of them. It's how it's been going, more or less, since we've started making them a few years ago. So, but if Chibs feels it necessary, he could, in theory, crank out maybe 365 of those a year.
That'll end up badly for everybody.
What?
It'll end up badly for everybody.
Yeah.
Especially since that would be a major affront against death.
Yes. Not to mention all the people you'd have to have murdered to do that. I mean,
that would be part of it.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's just
But
like criminals
taking-
condemned to death that are used for those things.
I know, but it's still one of those. Man, the gods of death are owed a certain amount of souls, and if you take too many souls, you'll find other means of making up those souls.
Well, let's stop Chibs and then we can worry about these gems, okay? I know Woodburn. He doesn't particularly like those gems, even though he's used them in the past. He could probably get the company to stop production. Or at the very least, make sure that it doesn't accelerate production. I feel like the level that it's at now should be fine. It's been going on for years. It hasn't caused issues yet.
Just the keyword.
Yes. Keyword there is yet. So, I feel like, obviously, the best case scenario is Woodburn gets in charge. So, listen to me. Disregard what Woodburn said about talking sense into Chibs. Chibs isn't gonna listen to him. As soon as Chibs refuses Woodburn's terms, meet me at the factory, like he said, and we're gonna plan how to kill Chibs. You understand me? You'll be doing the continent a favor.
Pretty
I
sure we.
completely understand.
I'm pretty sure we've been understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just save Chibs for me. Just give me a clear path to him, okay?
And then
If possible. I guess if I can't get to
I'll
him,
be with
you
him.
kill him. But if possible, save him for me. Okay?
I can promise that much at least.
All right.
You also
May I
notice
ask
that
why?
Old Man Jenkins has been brought with you. He's just like, why the hell am I here? I mean, I was a citizen of the Confederacy for like a few years.
I don't know why you were
If-
brought with brought.
Oh, I guess maybe they're confused. They saw me as a human and like Woodburn. He thought I was with you guys. Oh, maybe now, maybe I should go home and try and make things right over there. I guess. I mean,
Try. It's not exactly a
It's up
friendly
to you.
environment.
well, I'm not as weak or frail as I look. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head home. See if there's anyone left
Alright.
there.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. Take care.
And
Take care.
old man Jenkins, before leaving, shakes all your hands, gives you all like a pat on the back, and then leaves.
Actually, it's good to meet you, Strong Man Jenkins.
Strong man Jenkins. He gives you like a light handshake, and smiles at you as he leaves. As you end up finding one gold piece in your hand as he leaves.
Yeah. I'll give him and take as well as that's to say.
Wait, okay, so you call him Strong Man
Take care, friend.
All right.
Take care, friend. And if you're ever in, I'll name the little village that I'm if you're ever there.
Yeah, okay.
And be sure to mention my name.
Alright.
They'll treat you right.
I will. And if you're well, I guess I would say if you're ever in the Kingdom of the White Flower, give them my name, but that doesn't count for much anymore, unfortunately. I guess there's maybe a few people who still know the kindness of Old Man Jenkins, but they're few and far between now. Most of them have gone mad and support those terrorists. Or at least that's what I assume they do.
Hey, the same for me. The same for Nalava. You're only. And same for Nalava.
Alright.
Too.
Well, if I'm ever in Nolave, I'll let them know that Tabby sent me. Well, goodbye, my friends. And if there's nothing else that you guys are going to say, I think that's where we're going to end it.
Midori's just sad that he personal only.
He's sad because why? Because Old Man Jenkins is leaving. Is that what he said?
No.
What?
Nah, I just said Midori's just sad because he didn't get a weapon and Finn did.
Oh. Ha! Oh. I gave your like little pet NPC who has 5 hit points the ability to dish out 8d6.
Why didn't you give him 8 guns?
It's actually one gun.
It's
No,
yeah,
I'm
it's
saying,
one
why
yeah,
didn't
it's
you
one
give him
yeah, it's one gun with 8 triggers.
No.
I know what you're
do
saying.
that.
Oh, shit. Dimitri reaches under Woodburn's bed. He's like, yeah, I think this was also for Finn. I guess he kind of looped you in with Finn, Midori. I'm sorry. Do you open the box that he hands you, Midori?
I open.
You open it, and there is 8 mini pistols.
Wait, what?
Yeah. There's 8 mini pistols with like grips made specifically for octopuses. It's basically 8 guns, but it's going to do the same damage as the other gun that you were given.
So just fired at me.
Yeah. So let's do this. The one gun that was originally meant for Finn is big enough to be used by you, but it's only going to do. Well, it's going to do the same amount of damage. It's just a bit cumbersome for you to use. And Finn now has 8 guns he can shoot. So you both have guns that can dish out 8d6. But since you're the one that you have, the big one, is made for octopuses and not humanoids, you're going to have a -5 to use it. That sound fair?
That sounds fair.
Yeah. Because that is giving you and your pet a huge damage output. Finn, of course, has no penalty, unless he has penalties to his dex.
Nope.
What is his dex, by the way?
I'm just reading off of octopus thing. It's +2.
Okay, so you'd have +2 to use his. So not particularly good, but it's better than -5. And also, before we ended, I'd just like to say, this is not the last time you will see Old Man Jenkins. He will be a recurring NPC. Just throwing that out there.
Yay for Old Man Jenkins.
What?
Yay for more Old Man Jenkins.
So you will see more of the friendly old man. And I think that is pretty much a good ending point. So I'm going to stop the recording in about 5 seconds. So if you want to say bye to everyone, now would be a time to do it.
You all, and may the waves be nice for you.
See you next time, folks.
All right, bye everyone. And